Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to playoff football here of the 2025 high school football season. It's Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark here at Lions Field, and this is a matchup of the number 2 seed in that South bracket against the number 15 seed. Carterville Lions a perfect 9-0 in the regular season. Ohio Division Conference champions in the River to River Conference. And Alton Marquette, the Explorers, come in. Keenan 5-4 on the season. This is a 2-15 matchup here today.
Yeah, and keep in mind, it's not like the matchups that you would see a 2-15, say, in the NCAA tournament. These teams aren't ranked necessarily based on ability. It's 100% points based on better record gets the higher seed, and if there's two teams with the same record, they differentiate those by way of how many wins your opponents have. And so it's not uncommon in the playoffs to see a 12 seed upset a 5 seed or something like that. That is something that definitely happens from time to time.
We've already seen a couple of upsets.
We
Waterloo,
have familiar opponents.
Yeah, takes care of Mount Zion, of course, who the Lions played a year ago in this Week 10 matchup, and Waterloo gets the win last night, upsetting Mount Zion. Mount Zion was 8-1, and Waterloo was 6-3, I think, and they pick up the win and knock off Mount Zion.
Nice job for the Southern Illinois school, Waterloo, to get that win. We saw Mount Zion last year as they were making their way to a semifinal run. Very good football team, had some unbelievable athletes playing for them, and their season is over. And so Carterville is hoping to make sure that the same luck does not befall us, so we can have a chance to play next week.
Isn't it funny how that kind of happens from time to time? So, but yeah, it's Carterville getting ready to take on Alton Marquette here this afternoon at Lions Field.
You know, I like to tell people that it's not uncommon to see. In fact, it's usually expected. There's going to be one big upset in the postseason. Sometimes there's more than one. But the big upset in the postseason, you want to make sure that if you're the underdog, you're taking advantage of that, trying to be that upset. And if you're the favorite, as Carterville has been a couple of times, you want to take care of business and don't fall into that category.
Absolutely. And both teams are out on the field going through their pre-game warm-ups right now, but they both just took off for the locker room for their final instructions here. It's actually playoff football weather out there. It's about 50 degrees, but the nice thing is it's not windy out there.
It's not windy. It's just a straight down rain, and Coach Dial told us before the game, he said, I love this weather. He really wants to play rainy, cold, wet, slug 'em out football, and I think our players have that same mentality.
Absolutely. We're going to go on and take a break here on our pregame show. When we come back, you're going to hear from the head coach of your Carterville Lions. That's Brett Dial. He's coming up next here on NewsRadio WJPF.
I'll go confirm that name. You're probably right. I bet it is Caden Roth.
Signal. It came right back, but it did cut out for about 5 seconds.
Okay. I touched my phone and the screen disappeared, and when I opened it back up, it came right back. So
That was probably it.
Yep.
By the way, Coach Pree is 6. So, Coach, in your 99, he gets you 9 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Financing is available with interest rates as low as 0%. They don't do high-pressure sales. Just get you into the equipment you need at the best price. Family owned since 1995. Ralph's Small Engine on Highway 51 just south of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
Dave, I have those changes on those numbers if you want them.
Okay.
50 and 44 have changed. They've traded.
50 and 54.
50 and 44. So number 50 is now Caden Roth, and number 44 is Aiden Hayes. And that number 10 you were looking for is named Jordan Croft.
Okay.
So
So
what
he's
was
number
number
10.
Yeah, it used
What
to be
was-
number 5, and
yeah.
now he's number 10 apparently.
Okay.
And Coach,
That makes sense.
Okay.
talked about this, you and I kind of off.
He will carry the ball. Jordan Croft is one of
Yeah.
the guys that carries the ball.
When
Yeah. Brian, I'm going to mute my mics for a few minutes.
you go 9-0 in the season, I don't know that I've actually said.
That's fine.
Congratulations! What a great season it's been.
It's been a fun season. These guys are a good time to be around as you come out to practice and kind of see, they give each other a hard time, but they care for each other, and it makes it fun for us as coaches to come out and work with guys that get after it and want to learn, but at the same time, we don't take ourselves too serious and enjoy the moment and enjoy our time around each other and just want to keep that going.
Of course, now after that undefeated season, the slate's swiped clean. It's 0-0. It's playoff football. It is Alton Marquette that comes to town.
Yeah, I mean, it's, all year long you're kind of watching, who's going to be 3A, 4A, even 5A, and, 4A is just one of those classifications that there's a lot of movement, and there's some teams that have come down from 5A with some different things going on with the IHSA and multipliers and whatnot. So the 4A field looks different. It's some bigger schools. It's got a little bigger flavor. It's into the 900 enrollments, which we kind of saw coming, which is why we picked up Marion of an enrollment of 1,200. Why we picked up Hopkinsville, a 6A school out of Kentucky. We have to start playing schools like this to get ourselves ready to go. Now, Marquette's a little bit different. They're multiplied up from a lower classification. So they're more of a 2A, 3A team that now is playing in 4A. We've got a pretty good matchup here in the first round. We've got to take care of business and just have that approach one game at a time.
Of course, Coach, this 4A bracket, it's just a gauntlet up and down north and south.
Yeah, and it's great to be in that conversation with those schools, and whoever we play each week, we just got to focus on them and not get ahead of ourselves and think about what is. Because, here's the thing. Yeah, that 4A bracket, that southern bracket's a gauntlet, but we don't have to beat them all. They're all going to beat each other up,
Yeah.
and we just have to beat somebody on that Saturday. We don't have to beat all 16 of them, so we just got to take care of business and what comes our way is what we'll have to deal with.
Coach, this offense has just been fantastic this season. I mean, maybe you haven't thrown it as much as what you'd anticipated, but your running game has been exemplary, and it's good to kind of be banging on all cylinders.
Yeah, well, number one, we're going into week 10 healthy. So, our linemen are healthy, all of our backs are healthy, quarterback, everybody's, ready to go. So that helps. But I knew we would be pretty good up front. I knew we would be able to run the football this year, but we've exceeded those expectations. I think that I look at some of the stats from the regular season this week and just kind of doing some review work before the playoffs, and we're averaging 7.1 yards per rush. 7 yards a carry for a 9-week season is unreal. So hats off to our guys up front, our running backs, receivers out there on the edges blocking, because that's a big number, and we just got to continue to be humble and work on things and not be satisfied.
What's amazing about that stat is early in the season it was one basically running back carrying that 7-point average, but now you got 4 guys that are carrying the ball.
I just didn't, going in, I didn't. That week 1 game, I knew we would be able to run the ball. I knew Johnny was going to be pretty good, but man, I saw that stat sheet that night, and we've talked about this a lot throughout the course of the year. And then the next week against Nashville, I really didn't think he had that many carries, and I looked at the stat sheet, he had more than he did week 1. So we realized real quick, man, after those first 2 games, that pace was not sustainable. So we had to find ways to get them some help, and hats off to a lot of our guys for stepping up, and really maybe they were always there. I just finally gave them a chance, and Carter Jones has been huge for us, as a tough fullback. Jamie Jones has the ability to break tackles and score from long yardage. He's got a couple runs over 70 yards, I think. And then Johnny's obviously got one over 90, and Carter's had a fullback dive that went for 40. So all 3 guys are really explosive. They're tough. They want the ball. They're not afraid. And it's just like I said, it's been a real fun group to coach.
But it all starts up front.
Absolutely. And it also helps too that our defense. I don't talk about the defense enough. I mean, they've been unreal. So as many yards per rush as we've had offensively, I think our defensive yards per rush is like, we're allowing like I think it's 1.7 or something like that. It's under 2 yards a rush, which that is a phenomenal stat. And the defensive line and linebackers have just been real physical on both sides of the ball. And like I said, it makes it easy. And the thing about high school football, if you can run it and you can stop the run, you're going to win more than you lose. And that's where we've been this year.
And defensively, I was looking at third down defensive efficiency and fourth down defensive efficiency. I think on third down, you're 50%. And on fourth down, you're down to like 22% efficiency. It's amazing.
You got to find ways to get off the field defensively. If you can get people 3 and out or stop drives and give the ball back to your offense, and our offense is taking a lot of time off the clock in big games, it's a great combo. If we can take the air out of it and run a bunch of time off, and these high-powered offenses that are filling that 4A bracket are sitting on the sideline waiting to get a chance, that's good for us.
Let's have some fun today. Let's get a win and move on.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
In the world of construction, time is money. Introducing Clark Natural Stone's fleet of volumetric concrete mixers. With their state-of-the-art mixers, they mix the exact amount of concrete you need on site, saving you time and money. Stop paying for concrete you do not use. From foundations to driveways, sidewalks to patios, call Clark Natural Stone at 618-997-3889. Clark Natural Stone, shaping the future of construction, one pour at a time.
SIU Credit Union knows what it means to be a part of a team. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, community is what it's all about. They're not just here for your financial needs, they're here to give back, because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIU-CU if you live or work in one of the lower 24 counties in southern Illinois. That's right, if you're a Lions fan, you can be a part of their team too. Learn more at siucu.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
Looking for a bakery that's anything but ordinary? Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville is serving up sweet surprises every day. From fresh cinnamon rolls, cookies, scones, creams, and muffins, all made from scratch with love and other natural ingredients. And don't forget the coffee bar.
Hey, you're
Sip
coming
on
back.
hot or cold brews, espressos, or a latte. While enjoying a grab-and-go breakfast or lunch, all made just the way you like. Stop by Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville or catch them at local vendor events. Heather's Bake Shop, baked with love, served.
Welcome back to Lions Field. It's Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you here. As the Carterville Lions just made their entrance onto the field, waving the flags as they come to the C at the 50-yard line. And we're waiting on Alton Marquette, the Explorers, to make their way to the field. And, of course, this is favorite time of the year. It's where, everybody starts off 0-0 schedule or record-wise, and it's win in advance, lose, and go home.
Yeah, we've had that lose and go home experience the last couple of years in the first round here at Carterville, and it doesn't taste good. And so you carry that over, and that motivates you through the summer, and you hope that when you come back, you're a little bit more prepared for this time.
Hopefully so. So the Carterville is here on the sideline.
I think they're getting ready to do a little presentation. I don't know if, in fact, I'm sure he doesn't know about this, but I think they're going to honor Coach Helfrich, who we talked about in detail last week. They're going to take him out on the field, and yeah, he had no idea. They're going to take him out on the field and talk about him for just a moment.
We'll go to the PA for this presentation.
Most people in Smurf will be retiring this year after 35 years on the sideline. It's been 11 years. But Carbondale High School has been the offensive line coach for the Lions for the past 24 seasons. Coach, we'd like to say thank you for your years of service and leadership to our young men. Your passion for the game is infectious and will be greatly missed. You put others before yourself for many years, and we hope you enjoy a little more time with your family. Thank you for the countless motivational speeches and many laughs along the way. Coach Smurf has been a part of 186 wins with the Lions and 20 playoff teams. He's coached 4 All-State linemen and numerous All-South and All-Conference players. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Coach Smurf a big round of applause.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Coach Kevin Helfrich, look at him. He's fired up too. He wants to fire up his Lions squad, and there isn't anybody better at doing that than Smurf out there. And we had him on our pregame show last week.
Yep.
I'm happy for him. I'm sad for us. We don't get to, after this season, get to be out there with him and get to talk with him. And he's an infectious kind of guy,
He is. He'll still be around. He's always around. If you know him and you've got to know him over the years, if you need him around, he'll be there. He's just a really good dude, and everybody likes him. Players like him. I can't imagine anybody isn't going to miss. I don't see how you couldn't miss that guy on the sideline. He's going to be irreplaceable.
Absolutely. We are about ready for our national anthem. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
High school football is here, and that means the return of Friday Night Live. I'm Darren Kennard, and you can join me live on Facebook after tonight for River Radio Sports Central's Friday Night Live. Catch all of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on the River Radio Sports Central Facebook page. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete, Ward Chrysler Center in Carbondale, and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live.
Looking for the right shoe with the right fit for running, hiking, or walking? RTS Outfitters in Marion is just for you. At RTS Outfitters, they do a unique 4-step fitting process that reveals your gait and foot characteristics. The right shoe with the right fit just for you to help reduce injuries and increase comfort. RTS Outfitters carries top brands like Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, North Face, Garmin, and more, plus accessories and hydration supplies. Visit RTS Outfitters in Marion or at rtsoutfitters.com.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
Welcome back to Lions Field as we are getting you set for this first round playoff game. Alton Marquette comes in with a 5-4 record. Their wins this year over Duchesne, they had a 3-game winning streak in weeks 3, 4, and 5 with wins over East Alton Wood River, Aurora Central Catholic, and Saxony Lutheran. Then their 5th win came in week 7 with a former common opponent in Madison. And then they got beat in weeks 8 and 9, Haytime, Missouri, and then Roxana in week 9. So they come in with those 5 wins. And, of course, Carterville with that updated schedule with Marion, Hopkinsville, Charleston, Illinois, went perfect 9-0 on the season.
And you have a new schedule, and you're playing 3 teams that you've never played before. You have no idea what to expect. And it's just like today's game. If you haven't played this Marquette team, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. You can watch them on film, and you can have an idea what you want to do, but until you get out there and line up across toe-to-toe from somebody, it's all a mystery.
Our attention is also going to be kind of elsewhere.
Yeah.
We're watching the other side of the bracket, Quincy Notre Dame at Sacred Heart Griffin today, and that is Carter. Whoever wins this game gets the winner of that game.
I think Quincy's the host on that, and because they are a higher seed, again, not necessarily by virtue of being a better team, but by having the better record in all of that. And so if Carterville wins and Quincy wins, Quincy will come to Carterville. We will host next week. However, if Carterville wins and SHG wins, then Carterville would have to travel to Springfield to play on their field.
We'll keep you up to date as we go along here this afternoon. Lions are lined up. They are going to receive the opening kickoff. And the Explorers and Coach Dustin Lopez teeing it up at the 40-yard line, and doing the kicking is going to be Joe Steffen. Ball is right at midfield. We appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. And yes, the live stream is up and running. Just go to YouTube and search Alton Marquette at Carterville Lions as Steffen has it teed up. Carterville is ready to receive, and we are underway, and it's going to be a short kick. It's taken at the 32-yard line, carried out across the 35 to the 40-yard line on that return from Cal Dunning for the Carterville Lions.
Good job. Cal could have fair caught that. He could have signaled for it and just taken it down, but he had plenty of time. He had some blocking in front of him. Silas Lee was right in front, and he decides he's going to catch it and try to get a return, and picked up 5 extra yards for the Lions to get that started.
Here comes that Lions offense led by quarterback Andy Johnson. Johnny Miller in the backfield. And the ball is on the near hash. Carterville in their blue over blue uniforms, moving left to right. 1st and 10 for the Lions. And right up the guts, it's Johnny Miller on the opening carry for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Marquette is not, they're not a small team. The Explorers have some big linemen out there. We've heard quite a bit this week about number 69, their linebacker. I think he goes by, what is his last name? I just had it. Jack Bieber.
Yep.
He plays left guard for him, and I think he's a load that we're going to account for all day.
2nd and 7 for the Lions from the 43. The give to Miller, gets across the 45, and he's brought down right there. It's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards short of the first down, bringing up 3rd down and 2.
Not much going on the first play. Got a little bit better seam that time and took advantage of it. Carterville was in spread the first 2 plays, and now they brought in the heavy package, and it looks like we're going to go back into the bone. We saw Carter Jones, the tight end, come in. So here we go. We're probably going to see a run play here.
Here we go with Johnson under center, needing 2 yards and finding his way. Finally a big push there. They're going to give the Lions the first down, and kind of a modified tush push for the Lions there, trying to pick up that first down.
Yeah, there was a late surge by that pile, but the side judge on the far side, before the pile started falling forward, he was running in, waving his hands to stop the play, thinking that momentum was done. And then the referee in the middle allowed the play to finish out, and they gave him the yards after that whistle. I think it was a good break for the Lions on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 1st and 10 right from midfield. No score here. Lions' first possession of the game. 1st and 10 for Johnson from the bone again. This time it is Johnny Miller trying to get to the outside and brought down right there. Nice job defensively by Shane Morrissey for the Explorers on the stop.
Yeah, it seems like it's not going the way you would want on a play like that. You get 2 yards, but sometimes you design this wishbone. You get 2, you get 4, you get 3. All of a sudden you're in a good situation to get first down. You keep moving the chains.
2nd and 8 from the plus 48 of Alton Marquette from the shotgun this time. Johnson to Miller, crashes forward and spun free for a gain of about 5 on this carry. Could spring up 3rd down and about 3 now for the Lions.
Yeah, he's having to work for it. We're not getting those big chunks like we normally would like to see, 7, 8, 9, but maybe we get a little spoiled through the season, seeing those big long runs every other play. Right now we're having to work against that big Explorers defense.
They've got good size defensively on that defensive line. Here is Johnson, first throw, throws it out to Aiden Harrell. Harrell has the first down and is going to move the chains. Well done on the screen pass to the senior, Aiden Harrell.
Love that play call. They fake the handoff, and then they throw the ball back towards the trip side. And, of course, they have to honor where Jonathan Miller's going, because if you don't, he's going to break one on you. And that play was well read and well planned and worked out great.
Down to the 38 of Alton Marquette. Lions have trip receivers here to the near side. Ball is on the far hash. And play clock just reset. So the Lions a chance now. It's Miller right up the gut, breaks free, gets into the second level, carries it out for another first down. The 3rd first down of this possession for the Lions. And that's going to move the chains, 1st and 10.
Miller comes into the game averaging about 8 yards per carry. He's going to get his average. Like, he's definitely going to break enough plays and get some longer runs. He will get big chunks at times.
The ball is at the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 on that carry. Miller is the tailback. Johnson pitches it to Miller. Johnny trying to get to the outside across the 20, down to about the 15. Took a big hit right there and falls forward to about the 11-yard line. And another. That's 3 plays with a first down in a row for the Lions.
I saw a nice block on that play by Hayden Harrell. He turned his man in and gave a little bit of space helped out right before the pitch. But when you come into Lions Field, you know you're going to see a good dose of Jonathan Miller.
Absolutely.
And you're going to have to find some way to stop him, and no one has really done that yet.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Jamie Johnson in the backfield along with Miller. And it's Jamie Jones, that gets the touch. And 11-yard touchdown run for Jamie Jones. Your Carterville Lions lead it 6-0.
Great play call. I like that sequence. And when Jamie Jones, who comes in after Jonathan Miller did all that work to get us down the field, Jamie Jones runs that touchdown, and no one was more excited on the field than Jonathan Miller. He was pumped coming off of there. He's excited about the Carterville Lions getting that first score here in the playoffs.
Lions lead it 6-0. Well done, Jamie Jones. And on for the extra point now, Gavin Johnson with the hold from Andy. And the kick is good, and the Carterville Lions lead it 7-0 here at the 8:31 mark of the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, you learn the importance of helping others. I'm Cade Hawkins, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to represent this region as a member of SIU's Saluki men's basketball team. It's also why I'm glad to be a band to customer because they support our communities. Plus, I can open my account online and get their Saluki Visa debit card. I know my purchases contribute to SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
Lions lead at 7-0 here after the 11-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones. And getting ready to kick off. And we'll see the offense for Marquette coming up here in just a moment. The kick is taken across the 15, the 20, the 25, down the far sideline, and finally driven out of bounds. A good return from Alton Marquette by Dante Longstreet.
Keaton Basolo, once again, we say his name every week on special teams, saves the potentially a touchdown there by getting him out of bounds. So luckily we had that nice play to get the ball down, but what a great return to take the ball out to the 40-yard line.
And that's where Alton Marquette is going to take over, led by quarterback Toby Eberlin. In the backfield, it's going to be Jordan Croft, who averages about 74 yards a game rushing. So Eberlin works from the shotgun. They have two receivers here left, two to the right. They put a man in motion. That's Jack Ray. But it's the give to Croft. Croft is bottled up right there. That Carterville defensive line not allowing much at all, about 1.5 yards on that carry, bringing up second down.
Carter Jones gets into that gap very quickly, shakes off a block, and meets him near the line of scrimmage in order to shut it down, minimum run.
Second down now. And 8 as the ball sets at the 42-yard line. After that gain of 2. Trip receivers now to the left side, one to the far. For Eberlin, Toby, the quarterback, again from the shotgun. Gets the ball, waist-high snap. Wings it out here to the near side on the screen. Carterville's got it covered up well. It's going to be a gain of 1 on that play, and little extracurriculars there, but everybody's good. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 after the short gain. They take it out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure what sparked that on the side, but a little bit of extracurricular, like you said. Good screen pass, but there was nowhere to go. Our defensive end, Braden Brown, gets out and creates a little havoc, and then once again our team, our safeties and corners pursue so well. 3rd
down and 7 for the Explorers. Put a man in motion. That's Ray. The snap. They're looking to throw. Eberlin across the middle. Floats it up there. Going to be picked off. Picked off by Carterville. Taking it across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And guess who? Will Cappy with another interception for the Carterville Lions.
Will Cappy hasn't had an interception in a long time, but Drake Cappy comes up with his 4th one of the year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be the other Cappy.
We don't need to inflate his dad's head any more than we have to, but that was a nice job of reading that one. There was nowhere to throw. Under pressure, just heaves it up, hoping for the best, and Drake sits right underneath that one in a good return, takes it back to the 50-yard line.
You're welcome, Coach. Here come your Carterville Lions now. They have it 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And, man, down the sideline, they put it up. Going up, it's there! It's there! It's caught! That is Gavin Johnson! Are they going to give it to him? Yes, they do! 51-yard touchdown pass from Andy Johnson to Gavin Johnson.
I had a feeling we saw his coming up, the show that he can put on offensively, and when you were setting up the play, I was pointing at him right here. I knew they'd split him out. They were going to try to get a one-on-one, and when you run that wishbone and everybody's packed in and they put one guy on the receiver, Gavin is a hard kid to guard one-on-one.
Yes, he is. What a play and what a throw from Andy Johnson. The extra point, Gavin will kick it. Andy's going to hold it. High snap. Kick is good. And how about that? Carterville leads it 14-0 here. Just 5 minutes in to this game. So the interception turns into points. Lions lead it. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville, is a locally owned and operated business serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, specializing in much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do snow removal, bush hogging, tree trimming or tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Remember, tonight, roll those clocks back. It was we in daylight saving time. Message brought to you by IBEW Local 702. Kicking the ball off. Alton Marquette getting it. Here they bring it across the 25 to the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And that's where Alton Marquette is going to start their second possession. Lions lead it 14-0. What a good start by the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Basolo and Cal Dunning, Micah Jones, 3 sophomores we continue to hear, and nice job coverage on that. I don't know if you noticed on our kickoff, we're no longer starting in this game. We haven't started with the 5-yard drop and then race up to the line as we kick it. We're starting with all of our kickoff team is directly on the line with the ball, maybe trying to prevent the offside that we've had a couple of times so far this year.
Toby Eberlin, the quarterback. From the shotgun, gives it to his tailback. That's Jordan Croft. Croft bottled up right there, short gain, maybe a couple. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Carter Jones again filling in that gap. They've been coming at him pretty hard. He's done a nice job of evading the block and getting into the hole early. Not much going right now on the run game for Marquette. And they want to run. They're a run-first team. They'll line up and spread, but they like to give the ball off. And
2nd down and 9 officially from the 35-yard line. Taking their time, running the clock down, the play clock. Now he takes the snap. Eberlin throws it out to the far side, and just a bad pass. It was intended out there for Dante Longstreet. It falls incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down and 9 now for the Explorers.
I think our corners are playing a little bit of a mind game. They'll start off way off the ball, but when the quarterback starts his cadence, they're moving up a little bit closer, making him think something's there that isn't, or taking away something that is kind of masked by that larger spread they're giving.
So now, 3rd down and 9. Again, the ball from the 35-yard line. For the Explorers, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Croft is the tailback. And that's going to be a false start.
Yeah, he tried the hard count earlier. It didn't work, so he tried it again, and he got his own man to jump off.
Yes, he did. So it's going to back him up. And the fans
letting them know that you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Cannot.
So it backs it up. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd down and 13. 14, correction. The ball is at the 30-yard line. So again, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Eberlin takes the snap, looks to throw, has some pressure, sidesteps it. They're going to get a face mask penalty on the Lions as flashing by there and kind of reaching up and hitting in the helmet.
Yeah, Carson Davis had a free shot at him, and he does a little duck and dip to get around or get through Carson. Carson's hand went right across his face mask. I didn't see a grab of the face mask. It can't be a 15-yard penalty. It's got to be one of the 5-yard incidentals here.
They're saying face mask. 5-yard.
Yeah.
The 5-yard variety. It's still going to be short of a first down. So it'll be 3rd down and 4.
The quarterback would have seen that flag was thrown and would have known probably what the flag was going to be for. That would have been an opportunity for him to pull up and chuck one down the field and take a shot. Instead,
it's a free play is what they call that.
It's a free play. Instead, he sees the gap and he tries to run it, but he gets taken down. Then they add 5 more to the top of that. So we're still 3rd and wasn't enough for the first down. It's still 3rd and 4.
So Whitehead comes over and wants to talk to Brett Dial, or Brett wants to talk to the White Hat.
So I'm wondering if why is the face mask added to the end of the play? You get the result of the play plus the face mask because the flag was thrown early.
Yep, exactly. That may be the question.
And he's just getting that clarification.
It wasn't a grab. He didn't grab the face mask. He just kind of hit it with his hand.
He went for the tackle. He tried to tackle him high, and the quarterback ducked down, and his arm and hand went across his front of his helmet.
Everybody seems ready to go now with the ball at the 40-yard line. So 3rd down. This Carterville defense, they've been outstanding on opponents' 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 3. Eberlin takes the snap, gives it to his running back, trying to stretch it out and get that first down, and Carterville's got him covered up as Jordan Croft has nowhere to go. He tried stretching it to the far side, but the Carterville defense was right there. As a matter of fact, they lose yardage on that carry.
Yeah, they're pulling both guard and tackle, so it tells your linebackers where the ball's going. The defensive end just runs straight down the line of scrimmage. Carson Davis gets in on that. Jamie Jones, the backer on that side, gets through the block, gets through the lead blocker, and you're not going to run through Jamie Jones.
So from the 37, they lost 2. It's 4th down and 6, and they're set up to punt. Carterville ready to receive. Good snap. Spiral kick. Goes out of bounds. Carterville's going to have outstanding field position. And Steffen punted that one out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 42-yard line. So that's where the Lions are going to start, 1st and 10 from the -42. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age kids, as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. That's at Malone's Early Learning Center. It is 1st down and 10 here with 4:46 remaining. Lions lead it 14-0. Their 3rd possession of the game. Everybody in tight except for one receiver here on the near side from the wing. It's to give to Johnson, trying to get outside, has the 45. Reverses out, trying to kick. Man, he's just shedding tacklers left and right. Breaks it across the midfield, plus 45, spins at the 40. Finally brought down at the 35-yard line, and can you believe that run from Johnny Miller?
You are not going to see a more impressive run from a high school running back. Top of a safety, and then the rest of the team finally gets over and pulls him down after a 20-yard gain.
It's like a video game hitting X. Is it X on the video? I don't play video games, so is it A, B, X,
I don't play
trigger?
Video games
I don't
either,
know.
Dave, I'm a grown man.
And you got kids, though.
They do.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 35. Miller, or excuse me, didn't see, actually. Jamie Jones on the carry. Moves the chains again. So it's 1st and 10.
So Carterville now, what they've done is they're in the wishbone, but they're spreading out Gavin. They just did that long home run shot with him earlier, and Marquette's making the adjustment. They're putting a safety back there to offer a little bit of help over the top. Well, that just loosens up the inside, and now they're running out of it, but they've freed up the box a little bit to have some space.
Andy from under center Gives it to his up back. That's Carter Jones. And he spins down to about the 11-yard line. So good first round carry for the Lions. Going to move the chains again.
Another 15-yard carry. What we weren't seeing early on is those big chunks in that first drive. We still kept moving the chains and scored. But we talk about it a lot. You have to figure it out. Like, it takes a series or two to say, all right, where's everybody at? How can we get our people where they need to be? What's the defense trying to do to us? And once you figure that out, and it seems like our coaching staff has, we're putting the ball where it needs to be.
Lions threatening again here. They have it 1st and 10 from the 11. They can pick up a first down at the 1. It's the give to Miller, and he falls forward for a couple. Flags come in late.
I didn't see the penalty, but I'm guessing there's a face mask.
That's
just
what
because two people throwing the flag from that angle.
That's what I was thinking. It is face mask against Marquette. So you can bet the Lions will take that.
I didn't see him indicate that it was a personal foul, face mask. So I'm assuming it's 5 yards as well.
Face mask.
Flag on the play was with a face mask penalty against the Explorers. Half the distance to the goal.
So it's going to put the ball down at about the 4-yard line.
2nd and 3 for the Lions.
Second goal from the 3. Johnson gives it to Jamie Jones. Jamie gets the easy touchdown. He waltzes it right in. That was a 4-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones.
He's really good in there. When you get that tight onto the goal line, we're getting in the red zone, the defense has to account for Jonathan Miller and the option and everybody else. And Jamie just seems to be the guy that they're taking their chances with, and he's walked in twice now.
20-0 Lions here in the first quarter, pending the PAT. Good snap. Kick is up, and it's good. 21-0 is our score here with 3:05 remaining. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville. Want to remind you of the upcoming 4th annual Lighted Christmas Parade. It's going to be December 5th. The parade will line up on the church lots surrounding the intermediate school. Go south on Division to the First Baptist Church. Start planning your float now and follow the City of Carterville Facebook page or contact City Hall for information. Mayor and the city say, let's go Lions, and that's what we say as well. Short kick is going to be taken at the 37-yard line, breaking a couple of tackles and finally pile-driven into the turf at the midfield on the return by Alton Marquette's Jake Campbell.
Looked like a little makeshift onside kick. Tried to catch him off guard. They're letting that up back. He was sneaking back a little bit to try to create some space, and Gavin Johnson tried to put it in front of him. He did come up and not only catch it, but had a decent return before Braden Brown, like you said, just drove him into the turf.
So it's right at midfield, 1st and 10 for Marquette. Outstanding. This is their best field position so far. And here comes quarterback Toby Eberlin. Ball is on the near hash, moving right to left. 2 receivers right, 1 here on the near side. Ray is put in motion, but it's the give to Croft. Jordan Croft right up the gut. Picks up his biggest carry of the game so far as he takes it out for about 6 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 4 now for the Explorers.
Yeah, they'll pull the tackle, and that's what they did. Lead blocker came through. It was a tackle on the far right side. I didn't catch his number. And so he occupies our linebacker, which created that space for them to get the 6-yard gain.
Clock ticking.
Still just minimum going for the run game right now for Marquette.
2.5 remaining here in the first quarter. Lions up 21-0. Marquette in Lions territory. The good snap, the give to Jordan Croft. Croft gets out. It's called the first down, but I think they're going to mark him just a touch short, and we're talking about 6 inches short.
There were about 4 Carterville Lions, including Luke Barnhart, in there pulling and tugging on him, but I don't know that he ever actually went to the ground. That's a big, strong runner.
He is.
There, the sophomore Croft.
He's 5'9", 165, according to the roster. Opportunity here, 3rd down and extremely short with the clock ticking to 1:45 for Alton Marquette. Toby Eberlin, the quarterback. Croft is his tailback, gives it to Croft, first down. That's going to be the first down of the game for this Alton Marquette squad.
You're starting to see Marquette do the same thing that Carterville was doing. They're figuring out these assignments, trying to make Carterville miss a tackle, and we did miss a tackle in the backfield, and they're moving the chains now, having a good methodical possession, moving the ball for the Explorers.
So the Explorers have it at the 35 of Carterville with 1:20 here in the first quarter on a chilly fall afternoon, November 1st, first week of the playoffs. In the state of Illinois, Eberlin from the shotgun gives it to his tailback. That's Jordan Croft. Cuts it to the outside, gets the 30 to the 25 before being driven out of bounds here on the near sideline. Andy Johnson on the tackle, but that's enough to move the chains once again for the Explorers.
They were trying to run a dive. He actually started right up the middle, was running through the A-gap, bounced it out, and he tried to run it off the end. Nothing going there, and then he stretched it out even further. It was pretty.
There's a flag. It's a hold.
And it was a good call too. Jamie Jones was on that end and would have made the tackle when he bounced it out the second time, but he was completely wrapped up by the defensive back trying to contain him from making the play.
So instead of having it down inside the 20, it's going to mark it back at the 39-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 14 from the 39-yard line for Alton Marquette. 2 receivers right, 1 here to the near side. Eberlin calls for the ball, gives it to Jordan Croft. Carterville gets a hold of him, but he falls. You mentioned it moments ago, Keenan. He is strong, and he drug a couple of the Carterville defenders with him that time, and we haven't really seen that out of this Carterville defensive line.
The defensive line's always done a good job this year, all year, tackling, pursuing to the ball, and this young man goes out and he bounces off of Jamie Jones, and it takes a couple of others, including Jeremiah Bouchard, to get him to the ground. 2nd and
9 for the Explorers with 23 seconds now on that first quarter clock. Throw it out to the far side and overshoots his intended receiver in Ethan McLeod. Out there on the far side, it stops the clock with 16 seconds remaining.
He had to get that ball up in the air. Carson Davis almost got a hand on that ball from the defensive end position. Got up with both hands and just missed it, but the ball cleared him. Unfortunately for Marquette, it cleared the receiver as well.
So with 16 seconds, Lions, who scored 3 first quarter touchdowns, lead at 21-0. The ball is at the 34-yard line. 3rd down and 9. Toby Eberlin, the sophomore quarterback, stands 5'11", takes the snap, throws it short. It's caught. Carterville's defense rallies, brings the receiver down in Jack Ray. He's going to be short of the first down.
Little hitch route. They hit him about 5 yards into the secondary. He makes an outside move, and Drake Cappy wraps him up and gets him to the ground short of the first down marker.
21-0 is our score at the end of the first quarter. We are heading to the second. Lions lead it 21-0 here on News Radio WJPF.
has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937, offering everything from checking and savings accounts to loans and a full-service trust department. With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve plays an integral role in how we do business, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Herring. Find out more at bankofherring.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's the restaurant you've heard about all your life. One of Southern Illinois' most unique spots for burgers, fries, rings, and now Polo Whipping Energy has car hops. Now you can still go in and order an Aztec or a double cheese or grab some fried pickles, and don't forget about the hot dogs and the barbecues. But the minute you pull onto the lot at the Whip, out pops a car hop to take your order. Call ahead, they'll have your order waiting for you. Number 618-988-9210. Come taste the legend. Easy on the wallet too. Polar Whip, Energy's finest restaurant.
21-0 as we start play here in the second quarter. Alton Marquette driving. They have a 4th down and 4 with the ball at the Carterville 29-yard line.
A lot of times we get two teams that are running the ball like these two are running it. The game moves very quickly, and it's coming right along. But
seems like that was a fast first quarter.
Yeah, a little over 30 minutes to get through that one, and I think Marquette was hoping to kind of shorten the game by drawing the clock out and taking their time.
Going for it on 4th down. Eberlin puts a man in motion. That's Ray. Gives it to Croft. Croft bangs forward short of the first down. He didn't get there. So the turnover on downs is going to give it right back to the Carterville Lions, and the defense holding. Let me tell you what, Keenan Clark, defensively, they have the Lions this year. There's been 35 4th down plays for opponents. They've only picked up the first down 8 times. That's 22% efficiency defensively for the Lions.
Yeah, and on the other hand, I was talking to Coach Towers earlier this week, and he was mentioning his punt team and realized that our team has only had to punt 16 times on the season.
That's amazing. It's 1st and 10. Ball is at the 27-yard line. Lions get it back after the turnover on downs. Near pass caught by Hayden Harrell. Harrell to the near side, shoved out of bounds right here in front of us. Going to be just a touch short of the first down as he takes it out to the 36-yard line.
We're going to look at that one on film and realize how great of a catch that was. He really
at his ankles
had to turn around and reach down for that one. I think Andy was trying to throw it on his run, rolling out to his left, and it's hard to roll to your left and make a throw, and he made that throw a little bit low, and Harold caught it and made a great gain on that play.
Gain of 9, truthfully. So now Carterville has 2 receivers to the far side. They're moving right to left. They're blue over the blue uniforms with the orange helmets. Ooh, boy, that pass makes it here to the near side for the Carterville Lions. Aiden Squallers gets the reception, but it could have been knocked down. It could have been picked off. But it got through, so don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, number 73, Simon Waters, the defensive end, got both hands up, and I don't know how Andy got it past him, but turns into a positive gain. Good concentration by Swallowers to pull that one in. Get to the first down.
Out to the 48-yard line. So Lions lead at 21-0. Johnson gives it this time to Johnny Miller, has the 50-yard line, the 45, falls forward to the 42 of Alton Marquette. It's going to be about a little less than a half a yard short.
He gets out there so quickly. By the time the backers read where the play is at, because we're not pulling on that play, we're not taking a guard tackle on that particular play to give the linebackers a cue of where the ball might be going. So they have to wait and see if it's actually handed off. Does he have it or not? And when you read that, he's already 3 steps out of the pocket, and he's gone.
Johnson, short yardage here, needs about 3 inches for a first down. And Reggie Wilson gets a carry. He's got the first down and more, cuts it to the outside. Short gain, but it moves the chains as he picks up about 5 on that carry.
I like the opportunity to get Reggie out there. He just about got himself a penalty. He almost started early. I saw a little flinch from him, but I do love this. We give Johnny Miller a break. We know he can run it if we need him. Let's put him on the shelf for a minute. Here comes Carter Jones to run the ball potentially.
From the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. It is Carter Jones on the carry, busts it right up the gut across the 30 to the 35, and he's brought down as grabbing him by the ankles. And Carter Jones, who came into the game, Carter has 230 yards rushing coming into today, averaging about 5.2 yards a carry.
Yeah, not wasting any time. They're going right back to the snap here.
And Johnson drops the ball, picks it up, no pressure behind him. He's going to keep it himself, looks for an opening, carries it out to about the 20-yard line, and plus yardage.
Great athletic play by Johnson to pick it up and make a play. But let's talk just a second. Bryce Ryman held his block long enough for Johnson to be able to pick it up and get out of the mess that he was in. And then when he turns the corner, we end up getting Ethan Hendricks helping him a little bit farther, and that might have been where the holding call came from as well.
Yeah, there are a flag out there, and they're calling holding on the Lions. 21-0 is our score here. So they bring the ball back to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 20 from the 35 after that penalty.
I like how Carterville's shifting the personnel a little bit. Right now we're going with an empty backfield. We don't see Carterville do this a lot, and so it's going to be something new maybe on this particular play.
Here comes Jamie Jones across the line of scrimmage as he slides across. Empty backfield. Johnson throws it, finds Hayden Harrell. Harrell out across the 30 to about the 27-yard line.
I love the little tunnel screen where we start Harrell out on the end, and then he takes a false step, comes back, and then tries to come right up in behind, gets behind that line. He had a nice gain on it, but not enough there to create the first down. Still 2nd and long.
Ball out to the 27-yard line, so it brings up 2nd down and 12 now. Carterville's threatening as they have it deep in territory. Johnson throws right, has his man out there. It's caught and carried out of bounds. Zach Carter on the reception for your Carterville Lions.
So Gavin Johnson, now Zach Carter. We've had a pass completed to Aiden Swallers, Hayden Harrell. We're spreading the ball around. This is exactly what you should be doing in this situation.
How nice is that as a coach to be able to have so many different options?
You have all these different numbers that you can call, and all the while we're moving the ball while Johnny Miller's just hanging out over here on the side, catching his breath and staying fresh.
1st and 10 down to the 12-yard line. Carterville can get another first down inside the 2. Now 2 receivers left, 2 to the far side. Again, Johnson has the empty backfield. Jamie Jones slides left, comes in motion. The pass, it's caught here by Aiden Swallers, and lost a couple there.
Yeah, we're going to take a loss on that. The opening wasn't there for him. As soon as he caught it, he was wrapped up. But I do like what we're trying to do. We're moving the ball, throwing it to both sides of the field. I can see us maybe taking a shot at the end zone sometime here in the next play or two.
Ball is at the 15, so it's 2nd down and 13. Johnson takes the snap, waist high, looks to throw, has some time, throws it across, has his man out there sliding. What a catch! Hayden Hill on the slide. There's a flag in the backfield, though. And that is right in the area where holding is usually called. Let's see if the touchdown is going to stand. Official says holding Carterville.
Kind of a collective gasp from the crowd, like, oh, letting that down. But either way, I don't want to always feel like it's a positive thing when we have a penalty, but what a great job on the play. Andy stayed in the pocket and showed a lot of patience and let the play develop and made a perfect throw that only his receiver could catch. He doesn't have any control over whether there was a hold or not, and now our offensive lineman, we're going to have to clean that up just a little bit, but here's another opportunity to work this spread offense, this empty backfield. What if we have to go 2 minutes sometime?
2nd down and 22 now for the Lions. The ball from the 25-yard line. Johnson looks to throw, throws it across the middle, has a man, picked off at the goal line, and on the interception, that is Dante Longstreet, and he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. Not really a good decision by Andy Johnson. He threw that into at least double coverage and maybe triple coverage.
Yeah, what it looked like, and I don't know this, but he looked to the left, tried to draw the defense and the safeties that way, And I think it was designed, the option, there was one option that seemed to get the ball to Gavin Johnson, and the throw was a little short. And by the time the ball had gotten to him, there was 2 men on him, and he didn't have a chance to make the catch. So maybe not the best execution on that play. Good thing we got him wrangled in. We've still got a cushion to work with and work on some things.
Starting at their own 5-yard line, here comes the offense now for Alton Marquette. They trail 21-0.
95 yards is a long way to go.
Yep. 8:15 showing on the clock. Lions scored 3 touchdowns in that first quarter. So here comes Toby Eberlin, the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 to the far side, 1 in the slot, but it's the give to Jordan Croft. Croft breaks to the outside and finally steps out of bounds. Gains about 5 on that carry.
Hard-earned yards. He's ran well. I've been very impressed with him so far.
Yeah. As we said, he came in averaging about 75 yards a carry, a game, rather. So it's second down. Looks like it's about 4, a long 4, as the ball rests at the 12-yard line for the Explorers. Eberlin snaps it, gives it to his tailback. Carterville's defense wraps up Croft right there. Nothing going. And the defensive line, great stop right there.
They've been doing it all year long, and we're so impressed with those guys, Bouchard and the defensive ends, Barnhart. They're just incredibly talented, very quick, very athletic, and they take a lot of pride in getting those stops at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 5 now. 7.5 remaining until halftime. 2 receivers right, 1 out, spread left. Eberlin didn't even take a drop. He throws it out to the near side. Incomplete. One hopped his intended receiver out there. Was Mark Osborne.
Yeah, he tries to give a little nod to the left and then quickly fires the ball to the right, and the ball was just short. He was well covered. Hayden Harrell was there, had the task right in front of him.
Joe Steffen does the punting for Alton Marquette. He wears number 33. Carterville sends 1 man deep. 7:18 remaining. Good snap. And at about the 47-yard line, trying to get it here to the outside. Jack Dotson on the return. And another good return from Jack Dotson. He's done that all year long.
He did. We're going to have a hold here on Jeremiah Bouchard, who was trying to block. Looks like he fell down and just came in. He's not going to have any luck. I think that's what we're going to get, and it's going to move it back 10 yards from that spot.
Still, it's going to be in plus territory here with 7:04 remaining. It's 1st and 10 for Carterville. They're going to set the ball down at the 30. Well, I say plus yardage. Yep. At the 48-yard line. So Carterville would like to put another score on the board. Maybe a couple of them here before halftime. They're up 21-0. And they're at the line of scrimmage already. They're ready to go. Andy Johnson has Wishbone behind him. Gives it to Jamie Jones. Jamie trying to fight off a couple defenders and brought down. It's going to be a loss on that carry. They're going to say he lost a couple there, so 2nd down and
for Jamie Jones to have a negative
yard
carry. He's averaging probably 20-plus yards per carry on the season. Seems like every time we get him the ball, the defense is surprised by it, and he ends up with a large gain. But this time there wasn't anything going.
You're close. 12 yards a carry.
Okay.
On the season. He came in. It's a quick pitch to Jones, trying to get him to the outside. Hops a defender and gets the 1st down. What a nice run. You lose 2, and then you come back and pick up about 15. And a beautiful carry from Jamie Jones.
That's how you pick up 1st downs. They ran him back to the other direction. Nice little quick pitch that direction. I love the quick pitch.
Takes it to the 36 of Alton Marquette. Trip receivers here to the near side for Carterville. Andy Johnson this time steps back to the shotgun. Oh, bad snap. And he just has to retreat. Gets to the outside and got popped. Big loss. And I tell you what, Jackson Smith, that may be the first bad snap of the season. I just can't remember of any other ones.
We haven't had a handful of those in the last 2 years. Our centers have done a fabulous job of getting the ball to the quarterback. It's going to happen. In fact, we're overdue for a few, but that was just an unfortunate thing. Andy had nothing he could do on that. It's been raining, but it seems like it's dried up out there now. It seems like the conditions are a little better.
Second and 24 from the 50.
Going to have to open the playbook a little bit here.
Loss of 14 on that play, on the bad snap. Trips now to the left side for Johnson. And again, ball kind of got stuck. He's down. They're saying he was down. The ball came out. But you could see he was going for the pitch, and it's like it got hung up for somehow. And it just came out of his hands.
And then once he got wrapped up, Jonathan Miller smartly tries to go back to help him out in case he can get rid of it, and he just couldn't get rid of it before he went down. And as he fell, or as he hit the ground, it looks like the ball popped out. But they called it immediately. There was no question about what they were intending on that one. And Andy, when they look at that one on film, Andy was clearly on the ground before the ball came out. Their coach, who couldn't see it from that sideline, was a little hot, I think, that he didn't let the play out because it was going to be a scoop and score.
What's your 3rd down and 31 play?
I don't know. I mean, we've got Gavin outspread on one side. We've got Aiden Swallers on the other side. They're going to have to cover the whole field. I want to put something deep.
Jamie Jones in motion. Little bubble screen back the other way. They get it to Jones. Stiff arms the defender. Gets stiff arms 2. Brings it out here. So it's going to be 4th down and very long. Nice gain. I mean, it was a nice gain from Jones, but
really good play. I like the screen. I didn't necessarily see it on that one because I see what they were trying to do. They tried to run everybody down the field, throw it short, and let Jamie do what he does.
Get in the open field.
Yeah, get him a little open field space because he runs really well in it. But now he's going to have to scoot back a little bit and punt the ball down and try to pin them deep here.
4th and 18. Jamie, who does the punting. For Marquette, that is Jack Ray, the deep man. And we got a whistle that stops the play. It's going to be against the Lions.
Reggie, again, he's so quick and so reactive, and he's anticipating. He's trying to make something happen. Takes off just a little bit early before the snap. You know, sometimes that's a trade-off. When you get somebody who's that electric, who's always making plays, sometimes they make plays a little bit faster than what they need to, and they've got to slow themselves down.
So that backs us up 5 yards. It is 4th and 23. Still same situation. Jamie Jones ready to punt the ball away. 3.5 remaining. Good snap. Good high kick. That's going to allow coverage to get down there. Gets Carterville hop, and it goes out of bounds. Winds are out of the south right now, and it looks like maybe that got hung up a little bit in that wind.
Could have.
And this Lions broadcast brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children. They offer cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Carterville. And Lions football also brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, Highway 51 South, just south of Elkville. Full-service repair shop to keep your equipment running. Alton gets the football back, 3:26 remaining here in the first half. It's 1st and 10. Ball sets right at the 25-yard line. And here comes Toby Eberlin, the quarterback. Jordan Croft, the running back. One receiver spread way out to the far side, and we got a timeout that was taken by Lopez. 21-0, 3:26 remaining. Back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF.
Central Hospital for Animals in Carbondale, Marion, Heron, and get monthly pet care plans for dogs and cats with an annual value of just over $200 a month. They also offer puppy and kitten packages to take the worry out of their first year. Need flea and tick prevention? They offer 12-month injectables for dogs, as well as Brevecto Quantum, only available at Central Hospital for Animals.
Welcome back to Lions Field. Lions up 21-0.
So we were talking about Coach Helfrich earlier, and I'd like to shed a little light on something that I was watching develop during that last play. Jackson Smith was seeing something out on the field, and so he comes over and he tells Coach Helfrich. Then he explains it to Coach Dial, and as he's talking to Coach Dial, Coach Helfrich is standing back, and then he steps right back in. You know, Coach Dial's got a lot of things to worry about, a lot of puzzle pieces to move while the game's going on, or a lot of chess pieces to move while the game's going on, and that problem's ultimately going to be solved by Coach Helfrich, and that's what he brings to the table. He knows the line. He knows the defense that he's facing, his personnel. He's going to fix this problem. Whatever it is that was plaguing Jackson is going to be fixed.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Explorers. They trailed 21-0 on the sweep. It's Dante Longstreet. Carterville doesn't allow him to pick up any positive yards. As a matter of fact, yard line.
Andy Johnson holds him up, but here's what Carterville's been doing so well the last few weeks. I think they've stepped this part of their game up. They've got Jackson Labatt in there, and he hasn't played the whole game. He's fresh right now. They're bringing in fresh legs and getting a different look, different personnel out there in order to make those plays late in the game.
2nd and 13 now. Good snap. The give to Jordan Croft. He's popped. Could be right at the line of scrimmage. He was lucky to get back there. 3rd down and 13 now.
And the guy who made that pop, Jackson Labatt.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Coming up at halftime, we're going to update scores from around Southern Illinois. Now, we're not going to have a Darren Kennard River Radio Sports Central halftime feature, but tonight there's going to be a special edition of Friday Night Live. It's a Saturday Night Live edition, updating scores from around Southern Illinois, but we'll talk about Carterville Lions sports with Keenan as well. Some good updates there. Oh, that pass could have been picked off as flashing in there was Drake Cappy. He's already got one falls incomplete, and so it's 4th down and 13 from the 22.
That play almost looked like it was in slow motion.
Whoa.
The ball was floating. We had 2 safeties coming over, 2 defensive backs coming over to take it. If he would have caught it, I think he probably would have lost a lung on that play because he was going to get absolutely cut in half.
4th and 13, under 2 to play. And Carterville is going to get the ball back as Marquette's having to punt. That was a good kick. It's going to hit at the 37-yard line, and it's down at the 38-yard line. So an outstanding kick there from Joe Steffen, and Carterville gets it back.
Yeah, he was booming the ball before the game. I was watching him punt from up here. I was trying to stay out of the rain, actually, is what I was doing. He just so happened to be punting out on the field. But he was crushing some punts early on. This first one was really unimpressive, but since then he's put up a couple of really long shots.
Lions have it, 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Up 21-0. 11-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones, a 51-yard touchdown pass from Andy Johnson to Gavin Johnson, a 4-yard touchdown run. Oh, that ball slapped down. Coming in there and getting a big paw up in front of it. That's going to be Cooper.
I'm not sure there was going to be much if it had gotten through. He tried to run a little hitch route with Johnson, and now they're playing a lot his way. He had people on him. I don't know if we had a big gain anyhow.
I said Cooper. It's Baber, minus 38-yard line. So 2nd down and 10 with 1:39 on the clock. Lions get another touchdown here before halftime. And right up the gut, Johnny Miller blasts his way out toward midfield. Gets it into Explorer territory. And Lions are going up-tempo now as they take it down to the plus 49. 1st and 10. Clock at 1:35 as they move the chains. Carterville's ready to go. 2 receivers right, 2 to the near side. Rolling right, Johnson looks to throw, has some pressure, got rid of it smartly, throws it out of bounds to avoid the sack. And well done by your quarterback, Andy Johnson.
Yeah, it's either take the sack or throw it away. And with number 70, 7 on top of him, Brody McCormick.
And he came up limping after the play.
He did come up limping. He had just enough in his control of the ball to get it out of bounds down the sideline. So Carterville can now catch his breath, regroup a little bit. Since the clock stopped anyway, they're going to take their time and think about this. Wouldn't be surprised if we see them burn a timeout or two on this drive. They really need to score here.
Bring a man in motion. Johnson throws it deep down the right side, puts it up, and surprised there's not a flag. Gavin Johnson was the intended receiver, no flag.
Not getting a whole lot of grief from their coaches on the sideline. I couldn't see what was causing that, but yeah, there was definitely contact as the ball got there. And he could not get back to it, but he gave him enough space to make the catch, knock the ball down. Defensive back knocks the ball down. Carterville's down a 3rd and 10 situation.
With 1:21 remaining. Still with the 49 of Alton. Johnson from the shotgun. Drops 3 steps. Steps up in the pocket, tries to run, gets hit from behind. He's going to come up just a little bit short. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2, maybe 3 for the Lions, and the clock stops at 1:14.
You know, one thing that we haven't seen out of Andy this year, do we have a timeout on the field?
I think so.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things we haven't seen out of Andy this year is that drop back, read it, scramble. He doesn't really scramble much. From what we've seen a lot of, is he's going to make the pass, he sets up and he throws it, or he'll end up getting a sack. But we don't see him get out of the pocket much and create gains out of the throwing. But he certainly has the ability to do so. We know he can run the ball. He runs it really well out of the option. He runs it well whenever we get into our goal line set under center. And so I don't mind seeing him scramble and make plays.
Yeah. Brad Brush, trainer out there. Had a good conversation with him before the game, just catching up.
Looks like Carterville's going to bring out the punt team. They're short of the 1st down.
Want to pin them deep.
Yeah, or are they? I don't know. We've got Jamie Jones back in there now. I don't see our long snapper. May try a hard count here.
So it's at the 42-yard line. 4th down, 4th down and 3. Johnson in tight. Full house backfield. It's the quick pitch. Johnny Miller, 1st down. By about a yard, it's going to keep the drive alive. And he did a good job just moving around a couple of defenders, fell forward. Moves the chains.
I was afraid he was going to get too fancy and try to get back into the backfield and try to make needed a 4. And so I think he rethought that and just turned and went forward, stretched the ball out, gets the chains moved.
So it's 1st and 10 now. Ball is at the 39. Give it to 38-yard line. Johnson rolls right. He threw it right in to the arms of Jack Ray, but the pass falls incomplete. But Jack Ray had the pressure on Johnson. He turned to roll right, and Jack Ray was right in his grill.
Yeah, he came through the line of scrimmage. We missed that block. I mean, he just came inside tackle between the tackle and guard and did not get enough of a hand on him to keep him from disrupting the play.
So 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped under a minute. 56 seconds to be exact. 2nd down and 10 now for the Lions. Johnson from the shotgun, claps the hand, sets the play in motion, gives it to Johnny Miller, gets to the outside, 30, 20, down to the 10, and before being tripped up. And that's it. Move, boys. You got clock stopped to move the chains. But that was a beautiful run from Johnny Miller as he takes it down to the 9-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Lions from the 9.
He's going to hit that sometimes. Great work by him, finishing that play out, getting us inside the 10.
Carterville shifts strong side left. I backfield. Gives it to Miller. Miller to the outside, sidesteps a couple of defenders. Carries it down close to the goal line. He's going to be short. short, and the clock stops at 33 seconds. Carterville takes the timeout.
Ooh, we were really close to jumping off sides. We got a couple of linemen who were anticipating that snap and trying to get that extra step, and they got it. Timeout, Carterville Lions.
Coming up at halftime, we'll scroll through the IHSA website. If you missed it last night, there was already an upset. Waterloo upsets Mount Zion. Waterloo, a number 11 seed. Mount Zion, a 6 seed. And Waterloo wins it 14-13. Congratulations, Johnston City, moving on after their win over Westland last night. And huge congratulations to Jace Weaver, who went over 3,000 yards rushing for his career.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
That's a lot of yards.
I think I heard somebody say the other day that Jackson Smith, for us now, has started 39 consecutive varsity games.
Isn't that crazy?
Today might be, I don't know if today is 39 or if today is number 40, but that's ridiculous.
In your high, of course, he started as a freshman, and man, he's so much fun to watch.
He came in when center Charlie Howerton got
Yep.
hurt. They brought him up and moved his brother over to center, and he played guard, I think, for a while.
It's 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Lions. Everybody in tight. Johnson's going to keep it himself. First down, or touchdown rather, for your Carterville Lions. It's the 1-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Andy Johnson.
Good possession. Carterville got the ball, moved it methodically down the field, ran it a little bit, and then set the cannon off with 30 seconds to go in the half.
That cannon seems like it's reverberating a lot more today than on a Friday night. So the Lions up 27-0, pending the PAT, and the kick is good. That makes it 28-0 here at Lions Field. We'll take a break and return on News Radio WJPF.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for.
Halftime, as many 90s as you need, Dave.
Thanks, Bo.
Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank. Community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Welcome back to Lions Field. It's Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. Lions up comfortably, 28-0, with 30 seconds remaining until halftime. Coming up, we'll have our Ward Chrysler halftime show. Kick is taken at the 18-yard line by Jack Ray, trying to get to the outside of the hash on the far side. Finally run out of bounds, and so Marquette is going to have about 21 seconds remaining here in the half.
Cal Dunning on the tackle again. They're going to take the ball over at their own 31-yard line. They've got a long way to go. I'm wondering what kind of trick they're going to have to pull here to get this far, 21 yards.
Or do you take a knee?
They've only had a handful of first downs on the day.
Do you take a knee and say, let's go talk about this? Ball's at the far hash, moving left to right with 21 seconds remaining here in the half. 28-0 is our score. 2 receivers right, 1 to the far side. Toby Eberlin, the quarterback, hands it to his running back. That's Jordan Croft. Nothing there.
Hit immediately at the line of scrimmage by Silas Lee.
He's a little bit slow getting up. And he's guarding that left leg, left ankle. Probably just a stinger. He's walking it off toward the far sideline.
Did they call a timeout? Looks like they called a timeout, so they're going to try to get at least one more play in with 13 seconds to go. Carterville came out and scored really well quickly. They put up 21 points early in the first quarter, and then it was just a little bit of back and forth. We didn't have a whole lot going offensively. A few penalties got us in trouble, and that last drive was a very good rebound drive to put the game. And I mean, it's a long way away for the Explorers to come back now.
You're exactly right. Carterville scored their first touchdown at the 8:31 mark, their second at the 6:41 mark, and then the third one at the 3:05 mark in the first quarter. So, I mean, in that first quarter, Marquette ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They ran about 16 plays offensively.
Yeah.
They had the interception by Drake Cappy. They had to punt. Or turnover on downs, rather. And that was the first play there in the second quarter. So Lions lead at 28-0. We'll see what head coach Dustin Lopez has planned. What could be the final play of the half. We appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. If you're watching on our stream, thank you for watching that. Hope you're enjoying it. It's turned out to be just a perfect football day in Southern Illinois. Toby Eberlin, quick pitch, and a whistle is going to stop the play. So that means it's a motion typically. Or was there a timeout called?
Hayden Harrell was given chase to number 15, Noah Minke, down this sideline. Looked like they were going to try to take a deep shot, but Drake Cappy was there to lend a little hand. And he had ran a long way down the field, probably taken 30 yards off down the line of scrimmage or from the line of scrimmage. Quarterback's limited on how far he can throw it. You don't have to guard him 55, 60 yards down the field if he can only cut it in the air for 35.
Exactly. Not exactly sure what stopped the clock, but the play, but it's still 2nd down and 10. Eberlin receives the snap, throws it deep across the middle, and it was good job out there defensively. It was intended for Cam Jones of Marquette, but defensively, Carterville had defenders right there.
The press box over here beside us got a little excited right there. They could see, from my angle, I could see this. The ref pulled the flag out of his pocket and started to throw it, like actually held it up like he was going to throw it, and then just changed his mind, put it right back in his pocket. Zach Carter was in coverage, but he had inside position, and when the ball was thrown too deep, he just slowed down and let the receiver run into his back, and he thought about calling it, but changed his mind. Luckily, or he would have taken the wrath of the gentleman to our right.
3rd down and 10 now. 8 seconds on the clock. Quick pitch. Now they're going to try the option pass. Blown up by Jamie Jones. My goodness.
Talk about being, a pile driver to the ground. That's what he got.
And that ends the first half of football. What a job by Jamie Jones as they tried the option pass. Jamie Jones says, no, you don't. And that's how we end the first half of football. 28-0 is our score here from Lions Field. Stay with us. Our Ward Chrysler halftime report is coming up next on News Radio WJPF.
Ralph Small Engine is your full-service repair shop that keeps your equipment running year-round. At Ralph's, they treat each customer like family. They offer the best brands of the business, like
I'll just wait.
Skag, Echo, and DeWalt. Financing is available with interest rates as low as 0%. They don't do high-pressure sales. Just get you into the equipment you need at the best price. Family-owned since 1995. Ralph's Small Engine on Highway 51 just south of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
You're listening to Carterville Lions Playoff Football on News Radio 1340, WJPF Heron, W258DP Heron, 99.5 FM.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Matheen Nexed, nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
Are you looking to enhance the beauty of your home or garden? Look no further than Clark Natural Stone, your go-to destination for rock, decorative stone, mulch, and even topsoil. With a wide range of high-quality natural stone products, Clark Natural Stone has something to fit your taste and style. Clark Natural Stone understands your unique wants and needs when it comes to turning your home into the talk of the town. So if you're looking to make the outside of your home as beautiful as your inside, go 5 miles east of Marion and talk to the folks at Clark Natural Stone. Clark Natural Stone, premier landscaping service of Southern Illinois.
Halftime here at Carterville. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. Brian R. Powell back at the studio. 28-0 is our score here at the halftime break. And like you mentioned right before we went to the half there, Keenan, you know, Carterville really got with it there the first 9 minutes of that first quarter, getting 3 touchdowns, leading at 21-0. It was Jamie Jones, an 11-yard carry. Extra point was good. Drake Cappy with the interception. Carterville gets it back in the first play after the interception. Beautiful pass from Andy Johnson to Gavin Johnson, 51 yards. Extra point was good, made it 14-0. And then the 4-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones once again, 21-0. And then Carterville scores with 30 seconds remaining in the half. The 1-yard touchdown plunge from Andy Johnson. That's where we stand right now, 28-0. Good first half.
Yeah, I mean, if there's ever any criticism of the Lions, and there's not much to criticize because the offense has been so good and the defense has been so good. But collectively, it seems like sometimes we do get out early to that big lead, and then I don't want to say we put it in cruise control, but we don't put that dagger in. Like, we don't finish it out early. We'll let that other team kind of build the confidence up, and we'll go to sleep for just a few plays here and there, and they just hang around. Whereas, you know, as a coaching staff and fans, we just want to see it ended. Like, take care of business. And it looked like we showed some good life there at the end, both defensively and offensively the second quarter. Like we said, there was that big gap in the middle where I would have thought that we could have continued to roll on them. And I don't know if they were just taking things away or if we just hadn't gotten to the mindset of let's just finish these guys. But I think we're going to come out early in the third quarter, and we're going to finish them.
I think you're probably right. And that was a good first half of football. Give it what it is, you know, call it what it is. And so Carterville feeling pretty comfortable right now. And let's see if we can take a look at some scores from around Southern Illinois. Now this IHSA website, I love the website, but I don't like it how they've got the scores listed right here, right now. Here today. As a matter of fact, why don't we take a break and let me kind of dig into this for a couple of minutes. 28-0 here at the half. Lions on top of the Alton Marquette Explorers here from Lions Field. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF.
SIU Credit Union knows what it means to be a part of a team. Whether you're on the
Take a
field
two
or
if
in the
you need it.
stands, community is what it's all about. They're not just here for your financial needs. They're here to give back because people helping people is at the heart.
Okay,
of
bud.
everything
I appreciate it.
You can join SIUCU.
Let's go on and take
counties in Southern Illinois. That's right.
Take
If
a two
you're Lions
here.
Fan, you can be a part of their team too.
Thursday,
Learn more at
Friday.
SIUCU.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
Looking for a bakery that's anything but ordinary? Heather's
3 minutes ago, Darren Kennard said Cahokia leads Centralia 24-7 at the half.
From fresh cinnamon rolls, cookies, scones,
Okay.
cream horns, and muffins, all made from scratch with love and other natural
My
ingredients. And
goodness.
don't forget the coffee bar. Sip on hot or cold brews,
Just get me
espressos,
to
or
the
latte, while enjoying
Saturday
the grab and
games.
go
That's all I
breakfast
want.
or lunch, all made just alike. Stop by Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville, or catch them at local vendor events. Heather's Bake Shop, baked with love, served with a
There we
smile.
go.
Looking for the right shoe with the right fit for running, hiking, or walking? RTS Outfitters in Marion is just for you. At RTS Outfitters, they do a unique 4-step fitting process that reveals your gait and foot characteristics. The right shoe with the right fit just for you to help reduce injuries and increase comfort. RTS Outfitters carries top brands like Hoka, Brooks,
There we
On
go.
the Cloud,
Thank you.
North Face, Garmin, and more, plus accessories and hydration supplies. Visit RTS Outfitters in Marion or at rtsoutfitters.com.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area
you're
high
coming
schools
back.
in the classroom and
Okay.
on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
28-0 is our score here at Carterville. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you at the half. Let's look at some scores from around the state of Illinois here in the playoffs. A lot of games got started at 1 o'clock. A lot of games just started at 2 o'clock. But looking at some 1A scores, Camp Point Central leads Winchester shutout fashion 30-0. That's a halftime score. Gibson City in Class 1A leads Ottawa 7-0 halftime. Lena Winslow leads Forreston 28-8. That is a halftime score. With 11 minutes left, Princeville and Hayworth are tied 14-0. Speaking of Hayworth, this Alton Marquette team lost to Hayworth 24-0 back in week 6. With 11:52 remaining, Hardin Calhoun County leads Villa Grove 28-0. The rest of the games are later today. Looking at some one other score, Arthur leads Marshall 20-0. Also at the half, Farmington leads Lanark 7-0. Pana over Bismarck 28-6 at the half. And Sterling, Newman Central Catholic, 28-8 over Colfax. Let's see if we can jump down. Nashville and Flora, no score with 8:16 left in the first quarter. At the half, Hillsboro trails Williamsville 40-6. That's a halftime score. And the other games are listed for later today. Carterville, of course, on top 28-0 as I scroll through here. Columbia and Breeze, no score in the first quarter. 5:12 left in the second quarter. And like I said, I don't like that website today. It's got good information. It's not working the way I want it to. Belvedere North in Class 5A leads Chicago Noble 21-12. Let's get back down here to Jackson. Macomb getting beat by Country Club Hills. Breeze Central and Columbia, no score at the half. But we'll see if we can do better in our post game. But I can tell you who will have all the right scores. That's Darren Kennard. Coming up tonight, after all the games are completed, make sure you go to River Radio Sports Central, and he'll have a recap of all of the games coming up, and we'll do the best we can here this afternoon as we go through the second half. Lions lead it 28-0 here at the half. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe.
And you got Saluki football kickoff at 4 at Murray State. Basketball starts Monday night, 7 against McKenzie.
Correctamundo. Logan tonight as well.
Tree trimming or tree removal. Landscaping.
Love me some hoops, baby.
534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, you learn the
Waiting on the teams to make their way out of the locker room on a beautiful day for football. Keenan Clark, it's
perfect
nice.
Playoff weather.
It is perfect. And you mentioned it in the pregame. Coach Style was fired up about it. Out there in the cold weather and with his shorts and his quarter zip, he was ready to go.
I heard him say earlier in the day, like they have better practices a lot of times when the weather is ugly or wet or rainy, windy, just because I think that you have to shorten everything up. You have to be more focused, more locked in. People want to get it right the first time, and this is one of those days where you get that kind of environment. You want to come out and take care of business when the weather's like this. I also want to mention I heard from Coach Adams, cross-country team. I've not seen the results come through yet. I know they should be done running by now. But our boys and girls cross-country teams were running the sectional today in Mattoon. And girls were the conference champs, won the regionals. Boys were advanced by virtue of being a fourth-place team in the regional here at Carterville. And then Coach Emmerich and his volleyball girls, they're going to be playing.
How about that?
Yeah, they're going to be playing for a sectional this week. They won their regional the other day.
Absolutely.
They've got a young group. A lot of young players come together this year to
They've
create
been
a pretty
out,
successful season.
They've had a very successful season. Anytime you can win your regional, which they did, let's see, was that Thursday night? I think it was.
Yeah,
and
he asked me to make sure that everybody knew that they played Tuesday night at Benton, 6 p.m. So if you wanted to come out to watch if you've not seen a game all year, it might be a great game to come watch them play.
Absolutely. And, support these students. They play hard, they work hard, and just really love our high school athletes and get to see the success that they have on the field and off.
When we're talking about things like this, what it sounds like is we're wrapping up fall sports and we're about to turn into the winter sports.
I did my first basketball game last night.
Oh, yeah?
John A. Logan College basketball, and I got another one coming up later tonight. Last night they beat Mineral Area College by 4, and then they play Three Rivers tonight. As a matter of fact, Brian was just saying, hey, I need a basketball schedule for Carterville, and Hawk just emailed it. It's in my email from this morning. I haven't had a chance to really look at it, but going to open at the Trico tournament just like we have.
Yep.
And, basketball season, here we are. We're in November. We got Turkey Day coming. You like turkey? It's coming. We've got basketball season. We've got high school football that we're wrapping up, and just a ton of stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Alderman, our wrestling coach, and he's anticipating on day one maybe 60 to 70 kids showing up for wrestling. We have a lot of girls wrestlers this year, so he's got some great numbers, and girls basketball starting up. It's just that time of year. Bowling, everything's going to be rolling before long.
Didn't we just start this football season?
Felt like it.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago?
It sure did.
It sure seems like it. But here we are. It's week 1 of the playoffs. Carterville has the winner of Quincy Notre Dame and Sacred Heart Griffin. And let me see here if I can pick up a score. There's no score, at least on the IHSA website, being reported from SHG at Quincy Notre Dame. We have the winner of that game. If Quincy Notre Dame wins, and we go on to win this game, then we would face Quincy Notre Dame here at Lions Field. If Sacred Heart wins, then the Lions would be on the road at SHG next weekend in the second round of the playoffs, and you're just going to have to watch and see, pending the outcome of this game. If everything continues to go like we hope it does, we'll find out. But I just refreshed everything here, and we'll see if we can pick up a score. And if somebody out there knows a score, you might want to text either Keenan or I and let us know. That would be outstanding. We're going to go on and take our final break here on our Ward Chrysler halftime report. When we come back, we're going to have second half action. Alton Marquette is going to have the football to start playing the second half. This is Lions football. They lead it 28-0 here at Lions Field on News Radio WJPF.
It's the restaurant you've heard about all your life. One of Southern Illinois' most unique spots for burgers, fries, rings, and now Polar Whipping Energy has car hops. Now you can still go in and order an Aztec or a double cheese or grab some fried pickles, and don't forget about the hot dogs and the barbecues. But the minute you pull onto the lot at the Whip, out pops a car hop to take your order. Call ahead, they'll have your order waiting for you. Number 988-9210. Come taste the legend. Easy on the wallet, too. Polar Whip, Energy's finest restaurant.
Central Hospital for Animals in Carbondale, Marion, Heron, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Now offering the VI Pet Plan by Snout. Get monthly pet care plans for dogs and cats with an annual value of just over $200 a month. They also offer puppy and kitten packages to take the worry out of their first year. Need flea and tick prevention? They offer 12-month injectables for dogs, as well as Brevecto Quantum, only available at Central Hospital for Animals.
Right now, Ward Chrysler Center, we're making it easy to own the world's best truck. 0% financing for up to 72 months. Hey, everybody, that's free money. Plus our massive discounts and incentives. Boom, shakalaka boom, baby.
Back here at Lions Field, Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark. One other score to update you. Muhammad leads Marion at the end of the first quarter, 7-0 here this afternoon. And also, St. Joe at Benton. If you didn't know, that game delayed until 3 o'clock. St. Joe got caught on I-57 behind a wreck. Semi-accident, and so that stalled them, and the scheduled kickoff was supposed to be around 3 o'clock. That wreck was just south of Effingham, so that kind of delayed the start of that game. So the last I heard, it was going to be 3 o'clock start at Benton here this afternoon. Lions lead at 28-0 here. Alton Marquette is going to have the football to start play in this second half as Carterville's getting set to kick it off. We're glad to have you here with us on this perfect football weather day, and decent crowd for the Carterville Lions here today.
Yeah, we've got great weather, like we said, and a good lead at halftime. And so, you hope you take advantage of this opportunity to maybe rest a few guys and keep a few guys fresh and rep a few other kids that need a few rounds with the first group, just because you never know what happens in the second round of the playoffs if we can hang on and get there.
So Carterville makes their way out to the field. Special teams. Gavin Johnson teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Marquette sending 3 guys back deep, 2 guys now. And it's going to be Dante Longstreet. He's going to be the deep man. Wind is going to be behind Gavin Johnson as he has it teed at the 40-yard line. Just 24 minutes remaining here in this first round playoff game. The Lions lead it 28-0. The kickoff is taken as a touchback as they let it bounce into the end zone. And that's where Alton Marquette is going to start this second half of action.
Defensively, you want to continue to put pressure on the ball, work on stopping that run game. We've seen the running back Croft has done a nice job of running through some tackles. We want to be able to clean that up a little bit, but we've done a really good job defensively and not giving up large gains or long sustained drives.
So it's 1st and 10 for Marquette. They're going to start at their own 20-yard line. Quarterback Toby Eberlin, running back Jordan Croft, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. They bring a man in motion, 2 men in motion in Longstreet and Jack Ray. Everybody comes set, and they give it to Ray, and Carterville meets him right there. It's going to be a loss of about a half a yard by Jack Ray, and Carterville's defense sniffed that one out, didn't they?
Yeah, not only sniffed that out, what I like to see is whenever they moved him, they didn't so much move him in motion as they just set him up in the backfield. They shifted him to a new spot. When he did that, you've got your safety, Drake Cappy, the senior, yells down to the other safety, the rover over here, Jack Dotson, and they immediately know where to go. They readjust. They get the defensive backs changed, and they're ready for that play based on that. Like, that's good preparation. That's good leadership on the defensive side. And when you're doing things like that, then the operation is working the way it's supposed to.
They lost one on that carry, 2nd down and 11. Eberlin from the shotgun as he's worked the majority of the game. Quick throw. Oh, he drops it. And fortunately for Eberlin and Alton Marquette, he's able to fall right back on top of it.
Looked like they were trying to get rid of it quickly, and they just couldn't hang on to the ball. And if you've been playing in warm weather all year long, that first time you get a little bit colder weather when you're playing it's 40 degrees, 50 degrees, the ball's a little harder to hang on to.
Yeah, don't have the moisture in your fingertips and a little chilly, and quarterback's wearing a heat pack on his hip. So it's 3rd down and 17.
He's constantly drying his hands as well.
Yeah. Drops straight back, pumps it across the middle, threw it behind his intended receiver. And he was lucky. It was intended for Dante Longstreet. But now it's going to be 4th down and 17 for the Explorers, and they're going to have to punt it away. And Carterville should get fantastic field position because their punter, and Joe Steffen, is going to have to punt into the breeze that we have here this afternoon. Ball rest at the 11-yard line, 4th and 17. And Jack Dodson is the deep man. So Steffen takes the snap, gets it away, hangs up. Dodson takes it at the 46-yard line, brings it across the 30 to near 25 in Marquette territory.
Such a great job this year by Dodson, who's your safety, who drops back in those situations and then takes those punts. And in that particular play, I saw Zach Carter and Reginald Wilson took the gunner, the first man down the field, held him off of Jack long enough to receive it, and then put the yards up. Like, those are important yards to grab, especially in a game.
You know what I like?
It's close.
He's decisive. When
Yes.
he gets the ball, he just runs. He doesn't dance around back here looking for something. Trip receivers left for the Lions here, as it's 1st down and 10 deep in the territory, 25. Sidestepping. Look at Reggie Wilson. Man, he looked like Johnny Miller there for a second. Sidestepping, spinning, and fighting his way forward for a gain of about 9. Good job by Reggie on that first carry.
Speaking of being decisive, had he have been tentative at all right there, he would have been tackled for a 1-yard loss. But instead, he accelerated right through that, made a good cut to the left, and worked around, could see the lanes in front of him for a big gain.
Reggie this year's rushed for 108 yards. It's the give to Wilson. Once again, lost the football, but they're going to say he was down. His knees were down. And you don't want to do that here. You're up 28-0, but you don't want to shift any momentum.
No, it was a good call because he was down. He was trying to stretch for that extra yard and lay that ball out in front of him to get a few more feet. He already had the first down, though, so there wasn't a need to do that.
So the ball is at the 15. So it's 1st down and 10 for the Lions. Driving here, 9:39, up 28-0.
Height advantage for Gavin Johnson over here on this side where he split out.
Quick pitch to Reggie Wilson, and I think he bobbled the football. The pitch didn't quite get to him, hit the turf, and Reggie did an outstanding job just getting on top of it to maintain possession.
Yeah, the pitch was definitely out in front of him. He reaches out with one hand, can't wrangle it in, but he did land on it in a pretty big pile down there. A couple of big fellas that landed on top of him. It was ruled a fumble, though. The ball was on the ground. It was not considered a pass.
So 2nd down and 10. As they got back to the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 15-yard line. Wishbone backfield. The give to Wilson, trying to get to the outside. He's brought down short of the 10, and
he's wanting a call. He did get tackled by the shoulder pads and literally flipped over backwards on that tackle. I don't know if it was illegal or not. He surely felt like he was cheated just a little bit. They brought him a little help in on this one, though. They put him in the wishbone, give him a couple of lead blockers. When you've got Jones and Jones running in front of you, it makes it a little easier to get your feet underneath you whenever you want to take off and accelerate.
The law firm of Jones and Jones. So Carterville has it now. It's 3rd down and 6.
They're also in field goal territory. We've been watching Gavin.
Especially with the wind at his back.
Yeah, getting close to hitting a big one for us.
It's 3rd and 6 from the 10. And it's going to be short of the first down. Going to take it out to about the 8-yard line. So maybe that's what Brent Dial's looking at. It's going to be 4th and 3. So is Gavin Johnson going to kick the field goal? Or will the Lions go for it?
I did not see the block come out there.
Nope, looks like they're going to go for it. 4th down and 3. 4th and 4 officially.
This is where we've been seeing Jamie Jones get those yards that we really have to have. He's a must-have guy off the left side sometimes.
Yep. He's lined up on the right side of this wishbone, but they got Marquette to jump. It's offside, and that is going to be enough to move the chains. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Down to the 4-yard line. So nice job by quarterback Andy Johnson getting Marquette to jump. 1st and goal from the 4. Wishbone, backfield. And the give to the up man, Carter Jones. Carter Jones has the 4-yard touchdown run for the Lions here at the 7:51 mark of this 3rd quarter.
I feel like this year, more than any of the years in the past, our line has been doing a really nice job of helping out, pushing that pile and grabbing a few extra yards. Not a tush push per se, but certainly one of those plays where we're getting a lot of help and moving everything in a positive direction.
34-0 pending the PAT from Gavin Johnson. Andy on the hold. Good snap, and the kick's good. 35-0 after the extra point from Gavin Johnson. Lions on top here at home, 35-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
At the Bank of Heron, we know the recipe for success begins with the right ingredients. So we've taken services
Do they
like
do
mobile
that thing that
banking
we don't
and
say
debit
because it
accounts,
might jinx us in the playoffs?
and a full trust department.
Yeah, don't say that.
With a commitment of service
Can we
to
do
our
it, though?
communities.
Hopefully.
Put it all together, and it's clear why the Bank of Heron is a leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Heron, it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
35-0 is our score. Lions over Alton Marquette here. Getting ready to kick it off. Thank you for tuning in. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Thank you for listening on News Radio WJPF. If you're listening online or if you're watching our live stream. And the kick is taken at the 5-yard line by Marquette. To the far side, trying to get outside, and great coverage downfield by the Lions on the return from Noah Menke.
Reginald Wilmark in this game. He's
everywhere, isn't he?
He is everywhere, offensively, defensively. Nice job there. He just fills his lane up, forces the up back or the returner to take the ball in another direction, and then he just runs him down from behind.
They set the ball down at the 13-yard line here with 7:44 remaining. 35-0 is our score. Marquette has the football back. As quarterback Toby Eberlin, the 5'11 sophomore from the shotgun, takes his time. Full house backfield, hands it to one of his fullbacks. And he crashes down. It's going to be a loss of a couple.
Carson Davis shook off his blocker really quickly and just had a one-on-one with the running back in the backfield and wins that one as one would expect. 1 yard loss, tackle for a loss for Carson.
So the ball's at the 12, so a loss of 1 officially. Clock continues to roll. 2nd down and 11. Eberlin. What's that?
I was going to say, we talked about at halftime coming out and putting that dagger in, not letting them hang around, putting together a drive.
Absolutely.
Score, stop them, and then score again.
Boy, good. But great pursuit. The quick pitch to Jack Ray and that just got strung out. And that's exactly, get the first man, get to him, hold him up, and let the troops rally around you.
Yeah, I thought Jamie Jones almost had a chance to take that pitch.
Yeah.
He did. That far back in the backfield that quickly, which can get you in trouble sometimes. It's a good way to get trapped or to give a seam up the outside of the field, but not in this particular case. He was right where he was supposed to be, and he had cavalry coming.
Loss of 4 on that. Takes it back to the 8-yard line. So 3rd down and 18. 1 receiver near side, 1 to the far side, moving right to left, and a flag comes in. Somebody jumped early. It's going to be against Marquette, and that's going to back him up 5 more.
You can just feel the air going out of the tire over there for Marquette. They're not doing anything offensively right now. They need some sort of shot in the arm, whereas Carterville has done exactly what we were hoping they would do, come out and try to finish the game before the game's over.
As they set the ball down at the 3-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 21. Not much room to operate there. You know, have we had a safety yet this year? I can't recall one.
No, the closest I remember that we had felt like we had a fumble recovery close to the end zone at one point in time, but I don't remember a safety.
So you got to be careful if you're Marquette. They give it to Jordan Croft, and he crashes forward. Positive yardage on that carry. For just a couple, but it's positive yardage. This drive started at their own 13. That last play, they were back at their own 3. So now it's 4th down. Jack Dodson, maybe he can house one.
He's been really close this year. He's toyed with it. He's had one man to beat a time or two, got knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I think was it at Anna?
Yeah.
He's been close.
So let's see. Steffen gets this one away, kicks it into the wind, and it checks up, and it's going to be downed at the 33-yard line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling. For men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Carterville. Also brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, Route 51, just south of Beltville. Full-service repair shop to keep your equipment running. And a reminder, Mayor Brad Robinson in the city of Carterville wants to say, be thinking about the upcoming 4th Annual Lighted Christmas Parade. December 5th, the parade is going to line up at the church lots surrounding the intermediate school. Go south on Division toward First Baptist Church. Start planning your float now. Follow the City of Carterville Facebook page or contact the city for more information. 5:30 remaining. Here in this 3rd quarter, it's 1st and 10 for the Lions. And deep down the right side, man, wide open. That is Gavin Johnson. And from the 34-yard touchdown pass from Andy Johnson to Gavin Johnson.
His 2nd touchdown catch of the day, but they bite on the run. Gavin just runs a release route, gets deep, and there was no one within. It looked like the closest defender was about 8 yards away whenever he just camped underneath that ball, caught it, and walked in the end zone. Easy points for the Carterville Lions.
41, and the best thing about this, running clock.
Run clock, run.
Here in the playoffs, we'll take it. Pinning the PAT, they need an extra man out there. Jamie Jones is going to rush out there real quick as the clock is ticking down. Oh, we got the play clock's off, actually.
I'm not sure that the play clock has been working today.
I thought I saw it on earlier, but now I didn't see it running, so extra point is good. On the extra point from Gavin Johnson, scores the touchdown, kicks his own extra point. The Lions lead it 42-0. We're going to have the running clock when we come back here on News Radio WJPF.
High school football is here, and that means
Yes, to answer your question, yes.
I'm Darren Kennard, and you can
Thank you
join
for
me
not
live
answering
on
my
Facebook
question
after
until we
tonight's
made
game
sure we didn't
for
jinx
River Radio
ourselves.
Sports Central's Friday Night Live. Catch all of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on the River Radio Sports Central Facebook
Very
page.
superstitious about that stuff, Brian. I'm wearing the same socks from all 9 wins this year.
Ford Chrysler
We know.
Center in Carterville and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live.
42-0. Lions on top. Get the running clock here for the remainder of the game.
You also get a chance to let other people get some time, get some guys off the field, rest up, and get ready for next week.
Ball is taken from about the 10-yard line out to the 20, the 25, and dropped right there at the 28-yard line. That's where Marquette's going to take over.
Silas Lee with a solo tackle, wraps him up, and just lays down with him. He's had a good day today.
He's had a good year.
Yes, he has. He wears a lot of different hats out there. He's changed numbers. He now has an eligible number, receiving eligible number, and number 90. And it seems like he's always contributing in some way or another.
Ball is at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for Marquette.
Brant Robinson and Zayden O'Haron now in defensively. We like to use these two guys in this time and get them some
How
time.
important is it to get playoff experience for some of these younger guys? They turn around, give it to their tailback, second man through. Carries it out to about the 32-yard line, so a gain of 4. Jordan Croft on the carry. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 as he takes it out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, you get that. Shake off the nerves, feel a little bit what it's like, and enjoy that time getting out there and play. Like some of these guys work on the scout team, and they get knocked around all week by our offensive and defensive lines. Give them a chance to go out and have some fun.
And banging their way out to the 39-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down. It'll move the chains. Updating a couple scores. Lady Vols trying to win their 2nd basketball game in a row to start the season for Charlie Jones. They're up 54-49 with 4.5 to play. They're at Moberly taking on Independence. So it's 1st and 10 from the 40. And the give to Jordan Croft. Gets the 45, the 46. That's where he's brought down. So a gain of 6. 7, actually, on that carry. 2nd down and 3.
Little misdirection play. I think he was the 3rd man that they showed the ball to before he finally handed it off. And we were a little confused and late to the ball, but Keaton Basolo sniffed it out and made the play.
So it is 2nd and 3 from the 46-yard line. Everland hands it to Dante Longstreet. He didn't get the 1st down. He's going to be short. They're going to mark it close to the 49. Well, they actually did move the chains.
They'll work with a little bit more urgency now. They're going to try to maximize their possessions, get a chance to score. They don't want to drive all this way and get shut out. They're going to try to get some balls into the end zone. And really, it doesn't matter at this point in time, shut out or not. Carterville, just keep that lead and get a chance to play next week.
Absolutely. Somebody jumped there on the line for Marquette. So that's going to back him up.
But the clock continues to run.
Yes, it does. We don't know where we're playing. We don't know who we're playing yet. But just be watching social media. Let's see here.
We'll know within the next 2 hours. We won't know the time or the actual day. So they'll take a few days to try to figure out if they're going to play on a Friday night next week. They'll play on Saturday, who knows, and then set a game time. But at least we'll know the location in a couple of hours.
Thanks to Heather, I'm getting an update. Sacred Heart Griffin leads Quincy Notre Dame 21-12. Now, I can't tell you what quarter that is or anything. That is a score update, and that's at least good to know. Not surprising.
Yeah, even though they're a lower seed, SHG is probably the favorite in that
They
game.
lost to CBC out of Missouri, the number one team in the state of Missouri. They had I can't remember who the other two losses were to this year, but their power, boy, was that a catch? They're saying that was a catch, and if it was a great catch.
Late flag near the tackle. It was. He pulled the ball off the very edge of the turf. He didn't have much room between the ball on the ground. It looks like they're calling a face mask, perhaps on the tackle against Carterville is what the early indicators are showing.
Wow. Clock continues to roll while everything is sorted out. They take it down into Carterville territory, and they're going to tack 5 yards onto it and set it down at the 23-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 23, and that ends the third quarter, 42-0. We are heading to the fourth quarter here on News Radio WJPF.
Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Ralph's Small Engine is your full-service repair shop that keeps your equipment running year-round. At Ralph's, they treat each customer like family. They offer the best brands in the business, like Hustler, Skag, Echo, and DeWalt. Financing is available with interest rates as low as 0%. They don't do high-pressure sales. Just get you into the equipment you need at the best price. Family-owned since 1995. Ralph's Small Engine on Highway 51 just south of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
DuQuoin leads Carlinville 35-7. Also want to say thank you to Larry Motzinger. Larry, I didn't catch that the first time. He sent us that SHG score. 24-12, as we said. So we'll go through and recap what we can in our post-game show. Tonight, don't forget, Darren Kennard will have Saturday Night Live on Facebook. Not the comedy show, although he is a funny dude. He has jokes.
Oh, I could.
DK has jokes.
Yeah, I could see him doing a little stand-up, some improv.
He got jokes. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 23-yard line for Marquette. As Eberlin has it. They give it to Jack Ray. Ray plows forward. Ray picks up 4 or 5 yards down near the 15. So it's actually going to be close to a gain of 8.
Number 7, Jack Ray on the carry for the Explorers. Brought down by Jackson Labatt.
Jackson Labatt again on the tackle. He's been everywhere so far with this group, and he came in and had a few nice plays, as we mentioned earlier in the game.
He gained 7 on that carry. Jack Ray did. It's 2nd down and 3. The ball is at the 15. And right up the gut, down to about the 12-yard line. Short gain of about 3.
You know, the Explorers are moving the ball down the field, but Carterville's defense has still been, they're in the right spot, and they're making tackles.
Absolutely.
They're just not getting them early enough on the line of scrimmage, but they're certainly making plays. But that's kind of the sign when you have a lot of sophomores and juniors on the field that don't have a ton of experience. They're going to be a little late to the ball, a little tentative to get there. but they are getting there, and they're making the tackles when they need to.
1st and 10 from the 11. And of course, this is the 10th play of the drive for Marquette.
Marquette is a 4A playoff football team, and against our second group, their first team has really struggled to move the ball down the field. They're getting it moved, but, I mean, hats off to the kids that are on the field now that are making these stops.
2nd and 6. The ball is at the 8-yard line. So they have it. They can pick up a first down. As Eberlin continues to work from the shotgun. They give it to Jack Ray. Ray down to about the 5-yard line. Gain of 3, so 3rd down and 3. From the 5-yard line. Clock just rolls, ticking along, under 10 minutes remaining. Carterville's going to advance. Here in the playoffs, they'll play week 2. We don't know if it'll be on the road. If SHG, Sacred Heart Griffin, wins, we will be on the road next weekend.
Correct.
If Quincy Notre Dame can come back, then that game would be at Carterville. Trying to get to the outside, and a touchdown by Dante Longstreet, a 5-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they weren't having much luck running the ball up the middle. Our big defensive tackles and linebackers were doing a really good job of filling that in. And so they got outside, got us hooked on the end, and put it on our defensive backs to make that. They just didn't have room to make the play.
So Alton Marquette scores here with 9:27 remaining in the 4th quarter. And coming out to do the extra point, kick the extra point, Joe Steffen. He does all the kicking.
Left-footed. No, he's not. He's right-footed. My fault.
On the hold. The kick is no good. The extra point was wide. Had to wait. So it is 42-6 is our score here in the 4th quarter. We'll be back. 30 seconds, lines up 42-6 on News Radio WJPF.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Mathine Nexad and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
42-6 is our score here at Lions Field. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. Coming up post-game, we'll talk to head coach, what's his name, Brett Dial?
I believe that's correct.
Post-game show brought to you by Central Hospital for Animals. And Lions are going to get the football back.
A little bit different look on the receiving team, kick receiving team here. You never know if you need to expect a onside kick in this type of situation. Maybe Marquette's going to try to get another possession out of it before they go home.
They are teeing it up at the 40. It's a normal tee by Steffen. Joe Steffen does the kicking. He has it upright. It's not like the watermelon onside. That's not to say he won't top it and try a.
Carterville's got a lot of kids in there that have not been in a varsity game yet. Well, we've got a freshman on the field, Elijah Teal, right now.
Yeah, here on the near side.
Yep.
So here, let's see what Marquette's going to do. Steffen has it teed up, steps toward the ball, kicks away. And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
The student section was really wanting them to kick the ball to Amarion.
and I guarantee you, Amarion was really wanting to kick it to him.
Directing Steffen to do that when he walked out onto the field and then when the ball went the other direction.
So that's what the noise was.
Yeah, that's what the groan was coming from the crowd.
Carterville's going to have it 1st and 10, so you can see
Carterville playoff football roster, I think, has a little over 60 kids on it.
Yep.
So we're taking 60 kids home game, and if we travel next week, he'll travel with 60. And you look over at Marquette, and I think they have less than 30. And just a testament to the program. You have that many kids out, that many kids here ready to play ball.
Absolutely.
Wanting to contribute and further
And
this
I
Carterville athletic
can't
program.
wait to get in that locker room and congratulate these guys.
No kidding.
Well done here, round one. Cameron Gibbs in at quarterback. Cameron on the season passing. He's 6 of 7 for 98 yards. He's rushed 5 of 17 times for 110 yards, averaging about 3.5 yards per carry. Flag on the play. We'll get it's going to be offsetting. So is it unsportsmanlike?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. You know, if you're coming in, you're getting some minutes here late in the game. What you can't do is something like that and draw attention to yourself. You need to go out and make the plays, do your job, do what you're supposed to do. Don't do anything that's going to get the team in trouble or to draw negative attention in that way. I think they're cheering now. We've got I think that's Thadon Martin that just checked into the game.
So it is 2nd down and 7. The ball is at the 23-yard line. Two receivers left, two to the right. Cameron Gibbs at quarterback. Gives it to his tailback. He's wrapped right up. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. I didn't get the number on the carry, Keenan.
I think Brody Harris had lined up in the backfield.
That's what
I
thought.
couldn't tell. Yep, that was Brody.
Yeah. Brody.
He's ran well for us this year.
Yeah, 17 carries for 46 yards, 3.5 yards. Junior, we'll see a lot of him. So it's 3rd down and 7.
Gibbs taking his time to get out there, get the play to everybody.
He'll watch the back judge to signal when 5 seconds are on the clock.
And there's 5 seconds.
So it's 3rd down and 7.
He's counting down.
From the 23. Got to get the play off there. That's flagged. Delay a game. Cameron, yep, he looked to the white hat for some help, but didn't get it. They say back it up 5 yards. So instead of 3rd and 7, it's going to be 3rd and 12.
You know, if you're thinking in theory, could you just continually take delay of games and run the clock out that way? Because all you're going to do is continue to move halfway. But they will not allow you to do that.
Bring the pass out here to Amarion Adams, and it hits him right square in his hands, and he drops it. I think his feet started moving before he secured the ball.
Sometimes you get a little anxious about what am I going to do after I catch it, and you forget that catching it part. And so he's probably as frustrated with himself as anybody would be.
So it's going to be 4th down and 12. Out here to the 18-yard line. Carterville's going to punt it away.
Looks like Micah Jones to do the punting.
Blocked. And is Carterville able to get on it? No. It's going to be Alton Marquette. They're going to have it deep in Lions territory. Coming up, post-game show in about 5 minutes or so. We'll recap scores. Coach Brent Dow will join us. So Marquette's got it back. They have it at the Carterville 18. 1st and 10 with 5:20 remaining in the ball game. Carterville jumped.
Just got a little excited, wanting to make a play.
So that going to be first down and 5, and
takes it inside the 15-yard line
to the 13. Clock continues to roll under 5 minutes here. The pitch, trying to get it to Jack Ray, trying to get to the outside, to the corner, touchdown. Got the pylon with the right foot, and it's going to be a 13-yard touchdown run from Jack Ray.
Looks like they're going to attempt the kick again for the extra point. Again, realizing that maybe their best opportunity here is to stretch the ball, get outside on the offensively. Clock is running with 4 minutes to go.
42 to 13. No, it's 42 to 12. Should be. Pinning the PAT. And that one's good. So it should be 42 to 13.
Right.
So the extra point is good here with 4:20 on the clock. The Lions lead it. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Introducing Clark Natural Stone's fleet of volumetric concrete mixers. With their state-of-the-art mixers, they mix the exact amount of concrete you need on site, saving you time and money. Stop paying for concrete you do not use. From foundations to driveways, sidewalks to patios, call Clark Natural Stone at 618-997-3889. Clark Natural Stone, shaping the future of construction, one pour at a time.
Terrible.
What are they giving me blame for?
All right. It is 42 to 14 because I blamed it all on you, partner. They originally called that original extra point no good, but then it was changed to good, and somehow you missed that.
I can see how I messed that up royally, didn't I?
So.
Well, if you have to replace me next week, I understand.
Nope. Gosh darn it, you're going to try it again. Taking it to 10-yard line. The kickoff, bringing it out to about the 30. Good return, out near the 30.
Timothy Cup, sophomore Timothy Cup.
How about that? Then he just put his head down and blasted his way out.
Decisive.
That's how you got to be. 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Taking over at their own 30-yard line. Looks like once again Cameron Gibbs is going to come out and run the show for this drive. I'd like to see the offensive unit here show a little life, break something free. It's not about scoring, but just executing here.
All right, I've corrected my score sheet here, Keenan. From the 30-yard line, 2:50 remaining. Cameron Gibbs gets popped. Pocket broke down quick.
It did. I think they were looking to get a long shot to Amarion. He was running a route, and Cameron was looking this way. Cameron Gibbs was looking this way, but he, like you said, he did not have time to get his feet set and get the ball to the spot where they wanted to get the ball.
If it would have been just the 1-2-3 drop and throw, he could have got it away. But when he got back after that third step, the pocket just crashed around him. Nothing he could do. So it's 2nd down and 15, the loss of 5 on that play. The ball setting right at the 25-yard line. The clock continues to roll toward 2 minutes. Gibbs gives it to his tailback once again, spun down right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 at the 25. Last year, the Carterville Lions got bounced in the first round by Mount Zion. Mount Zion got bounced last night by Waterloo, 14-13. And here, the Carterville Lions are going to advance to round 2.
It's been a few years since we've made it to the 2nd round. It's a good place to be. It feels good to get there. And you're just a few games away from getting to the big house. But It's just one game at a time. Like Coach Dow said, you don't have to beat everybody in the playoffs. You just have to beat the opponent that you have in front of you.
That's
and,
exactly
and
right.
A lot of the other ones will get taken care of along the way by other teams. And Carterville's in a situation where you check this one off and you start looking at the next line.
Yep. And they'll get a little bit of time here to lay a game on the Lions, but clock continues to roll. So they'll have one more snap. And if anybody can send me another update on Notre Dame Sacred Heart Griffin, that would be awesome. That way we can get that in the postgame. But the Lions are going to advance to the winner of Quincy Notre Dame Sacred Heart Griffin.
Well, what'll be nice is whichever team wins that game, Carterville's going to be able to get some good film. Like they played a very good competitive matchup in round one, whereas if they're going to try to pull this film, I don't know that they're going to see Carterville use all of their tricks.
Yeah, exactly. Cameron Gibbs just evading tacklers, takes it to the far side, finally brought down. That's going to be the final play of the ball game. A flag comes in late.
It's going to end with a face mask penalty, which is probably going to be declined, and we're just going to get them off the field and shake hands.
Yep.
Here
Final
comes
score. Lions win it 42-14 over Alton Marquette. The number 2 seed in the South advances on in the IHSA Class 4A playoffs. Lions win it 42-14 over Alton Marquette. As the teams line up down the 50-yard line, they'll slap hands, and the coaching staff will come together as well. And well done, Brett Dial, coaches, and Carterville Lions on the win here this afternoon. 42-14 to advance to round number 2 of the Class 4A playoffs. Stay with us. Our Central Hospital for Animals postgame show is coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
And again, all 90s, whatever you need.
Okay.
They're not just here for your financial needs. They're here to give back because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIUCU if you live or work in one of the lower 24 counties in southern Illinois. That's right. If you're a Lions fan, you can be a part of their team too. Learn more at SIUCU.org.
Also, don't know if you Roger Medlin's trying to text you some scores as well.
Insured by NCUA.
Looking for a bakery that's anything but ordinary? Heather's
Okay.
Bake Shop in downtown Carterville is serving up sweet surprises.
He's not sure he has your
every
right
day. From
phone
fresh
number,
cinnamon
though.
rolls, cookies,
So
scones,
somebody else
cream
might be
rolls,
getting
and
those.
muffins, all made from scratch with love and other natural ingredients. And don't forget the coffee bar. Sip on hot or cold brews, espressos, or a latte while enjoying a grab-and-go breakfast or lunch, all made just the way you like. Stop by Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville or catch them at local vendor events. Heather's Bake Shop, baked with love, served with a smile. Looking for the right shoe with the right fit for running, hiking, or walking? RTS Outfitters in Marion is just for you. At RTS Outfitters, they do a unique 4-step fitting process that reveals your gait and foot characteristics. The right shoe with the right fit just for you to help reduce injuries and increase comfort. RTS Outfitters carries top brands like Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, North Face, Garmin, and more, plus accessories and hydration supplies. Visit RTS Outfitters in Marion or at rtsoutfitters.com.
27-12 is the score. Sacred Heart Griffin over Quincy Notre Dame currently. So, yeah, it's 27-18. They just scored. 2 minutes to go in the ball game, so SHG is going to advance, it looks like. I guess miracles can happen. But, so if that holds, then Carterville will be on the road next week at Sacred Heart Griffin. Now, after the game, both games, the ADs will get together. They'll decide their game time, whether it'll be a Friday night game or a Saturday game. And as soon as we find out, as the Lions break their post-game huddle with all the coaching staff, we'll let you know all that information. What a game today. Carterville took care of business against Alton Marquette. They scored at the 8:31 mark of the first quarter. 11-yard carry by Jamie Jones. Extra point was good. They were up 7-0. 6:41 of the first. It was a 51-yard touchdown pass. after Drake Cappy picks off the pass. The very next play, 51 yards, Andy to Gavin Johnson. Extra point was good, 14-0. And then Carterville got the ball back after a punt and a 4-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones at the 3:05 mark. Lions were up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. They scored one more time there in the second quarter, 30 seconds remaining, because it kind of went back and forth. Turnover on downs, interception, a punt, punt, punt. Lions score on a 1-yard touchdown by Andy Johnson with 30 seconds left. Extra point good, 28-0 at the end of the first half. Then Carterville comes out and they score the touchdown to get the running clock, the 4-yard carry by Carter Jones. Extra point was good, made it 35-0. 34-yard touchdown pass from Andy to Gavin Johnson. That gave the Lions the running clock, 42-0. Wind up winning it 42-14. Just a solid performance by the Lions.
Absolutely what you wanted to see to start out the first half, what you wanted to see to start out the second half. Carterville dominance. They came out focused and a good game plan from the start. You know that the coaches are going to have them ready. Marquette just simply did not have any answers for the number of plays we were throwing at them, the diversity of who we were sending, who we were giving the ball to. We spread it around really well. It was just a good all-around effort, good plan by the Lions and way to execute.
Lions win it 42-14. And coming up here in just a few minutes, we will talk with head coach Brett Dial when he joins us here in the press box. Alton Marquette, their season comes to a close. They finish 5-5 on the year. And they'll turn their attention toward high school basketball. But Lions win it here today, 42-14. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Central Hospital for Animals postgame show on 103. What station are we? NewsRadio WJPF here on this Saturday afternoon.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, you learn the importance of helping others. I'm Caden Hawkins, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to represent this region as a member
28.
of SIU's Saluki
What did we say?
basketball team.
27 to 18.
28,
It's
6,
a
7.
9-point game
Yeah.
a couple minutes ago.
I can open my account online, and with their
SHG.
Saluki Visa debit card, I know my purchases contribute to SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville, is a locally owned and operated business serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, specializing in much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do snow removal, bush hogging, tree trimming, or tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
Here we go.
42-14, the final score. Carterville advances on to the second round of the IHSA Class 4A playoffs. Coach Brett Dial joins us here for our John A. Logan College Coaches Show. John A. Logan College, register for spring classes. Visit jalc.edu. Charge into your future with John A. Logan College. Coach, congratulations. You move on to round number 2.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, only, where are we at? 16 teams left now in 4A, and to get through that first round and 10-0, I mean, that's hard to do. I told our guys, make sure you enjoy it. Don't worry about next Saturday yet. Make sure you enjoy today, and take a little bit of time and get yourselves healthy, and let's get after it on Monday.
Got to give credit up and down the entire lineup today. I mean, your starters did exactly what they needed to do. Your second stringers had got quite a bit of time there in the second half. I mean, they were strong. They played outstanding, and they get some invaluable playoff experience.
You know, and that's a big thing. As long as you can keep your team alive, and you know they get those extra weeks of practice. Those guys that are coming back next year, and just get to have an opportunity to get in and get a little playing time in the playoffs is big. So we'll get another week together, and hopefully we can keep this thing going as long as possible.
And it's not just the fact that we won the game, but we got so many kids involved today. In the first half, when the game was tight, I think we've hit 4 or 5 different receivers, completed passes to 5 different receivers. All of our running backs were moving the ball very well, and to just get a complete offensive performance like that has to feel good.
Yeah, it's not that we can't throw it. We just, I really haven't had the opportunity or really needed to. And I thought that they were really packing it in quite a bit and daring us to throw, and we can. And, I thought Andy had some great throws, and our guys did a good job, running after the catch. And, we had one that got called back, a touchdown across the middle that got called back on like a hold or something like that. So that was a good ball that he threw across the middle, and had a couple nice little play action passes there to Gavin, and just things that we're able to do and try to make people have to defend the whole field.
It's kind of interesting the little changes that have occurred with this Lions team through the course of the season. We're coming to the season thinking we were going to be a spread offense. In Hopkinsville, you wind up packing everything in, find out you can run the ball. You got these guys in the backfield. Johnny Miller's not by himself back there. Right. Then the last couple of games, Gavin Johnson has emerged as a threat in the passing game, and after Drake Cappy gets the big interception, the next play, 51 yards, and he's just solid for you.
Going into the season, we really thought that he would be a major contributor, and then early on, I think it was the Marion week or maybe even the week before, I can't remember. He got hurt, and nothing serious, but just enough to keep him out. And it really kind of set him back, really probably the first half of the season, to be honest with you, because by the time he was really getting some reps, it was all the way to week 4. And, you kind of get in a little bit of a rhythm, and you don't want to do a lot of things to change things up at that point in time. But around like week 6, 7, down at the JV level, he was starting to get back to what he had done as a freshman. And really started to take over and dominate. And we saw that, and we saw it in practice, and it was just time to get him in there because he's a deep ball threat. If he gets in the open, he's gone.
Great job honoring Coach Helfrich. We've talked about him up here and his contributions.
And you caught him off guard, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
I thought
that was the main thing right there.
But I would like to share that. I know this is not something that you really want to focus on, but I'm going to mention it anyway. I had a confidential informant tell me earlier today that this win, if you can get this win today, that's win number 50 in the career of Brett Dial.
Well, there you go, right? Yeah.
How about that?
Well, it's because of people like Coach Murph, and Wakey and Gerald's and, Lang Tang and Tao. There's just a whole group. I mean, I've got 13 coaaches, right? So, yeah, I always make the mistake of starting to name them, and I can't remember.
We got 4 more to go.
Right, I guess. But, all those guys are awesome, and they make things fun, and they're great teachers, great coaches, and makes my job easy.
Absolutely. I'll introduce you to all these coaches coming up here in just a few minutes. So, Coach, congratulations. You move on. And we'll be deciding where we're going to go and who and what time and what day. And
sounds like we're heading to Springfield, doesn't it?
Sounds like it.
Well,
yeah.
Giddy up. Let's go.
Yeah, here we go. That's all you needed to hear right there. Brett Dial, giddy up as the Lions are moving on to the second round of the Class 4 playoffs, Class 2A, 4A playoffs in round 2. There you go. I'm a little bit tired.
It's always fun when the playoffs come around and you around here, we're a tight-knit bunch in Southern Illinois for the most part, and you're watching to see what Southern Illinois teams are going to advance. And this year, when you're having that conversation, you can talk about Carterville round 2.
How about that?
Yeah.
We'll take it. 42-14, the final score. And, again, watch the social medias. Darren Kennard coming up tonight on Facebook. Make sure you tune in to Saturday Night Live. It's Friday Night Lights, where he'll go through and update all of the scores from around the region. Lions will face Sacred Heart Griffin coming up next week. Brett and their AD will get together and decide when, what time, and we'll let you know with all of that. But fact of the matter is, Lions move on. A solid performance here. Took care of business over Alton Marquette. They move on to round 2, and we'll take on Sacred Heart Griffin. A lot of fun today?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the travel next week.
Absolutely. For Brian, our pal, back at the studio, for everybody that listened to us on News Radio WJPF or watched us on the stream, we appreciate your time. And we'll talk to you next weekend, round 2 of the high school football playoffs in Illinois. For Keenan Clark, I'm Dave McKenzie. God bless everybody.
This has been a broadcast of Carterville Lions.
We need to record.
All right.
Okay.
Good job, gentlemen. Again, if it is a Friday night game, I cannot do that, but we will root for Saturday.
All right. Thanks.
Also